welcome to Create Before Consume, where we have technical difficulties on the go. Today we got here Alrighty, and you guys are kind of very interesting to me because you're doing TikTok stories, and you basically moved into a van when the pandemic hit, and you basically went ultra viral. You got like 4,500,000 views or something like that, and 1 million likes. Just give a quick introduction of yourself.
Hi, I'm Kyla, aka Alrighty Then.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say more. I'm Andrew, and yeah, we are Alrighty Then on TikTok. Why don't you tell them about Alrighty Then? Because that's a very weird screen name.
Also, like a couple E's in there. I was not sure how many.
There's a lot of I's in there.
Yeah, I's.
6 to be exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from a professional standpoint, I now regret making it such an obscure name, but it's based off of like Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Just like whenever anything like really screwed up happens, which is like all the time for us, we're just like, alrighty then.
Alrighty
like
then.
the car breaks down. Alrighty then.
Alrighty
like
then.
just anything. I don't know. So it just seemed like a funny screen name. Yeah.
We also we didn't think like a couple of our videos were going to go viral that soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we were hoping that it would.
And that soon, like, what is the time frame we're talking about? Because like it's really fast, and like how everything happened, I was like, holy moly. So the best thing would be like just go through your story a little bit, like from the beginning to like the whole thing.
Yeah. So we were living in Coquina Key in St. Pete for a couple years, and the pandemic hit. Both of our jobs were severely affected. He was in sales. I was basically self-employed and an independent contractor in the entertainment industry. So like we basically weren't making any money. Credit got really screwed up, and we were like, well, at least we always pay our rent. At least we always have, our rent covered. And then when our lease was up, the landlord decided to sell the unit instead of renew, and that was basically the peak of the market.
It was our constant fear. Like we were always like, oh God, I wonder if this year he's going to renew again. Hopefully, because after COVID hit, we knew the market spiked. People were selling things outrageous prices. So we're like, man, let's hope he renews one more year. And he did renew the first year. The second year, we got notice. He did give us 60 days.
Yeah, 60-day notice.
It wasn't a shitty landlord or anything. It's just...
Yeah. Just a great time to sell, but a horrible time to have to find rentals. So predominantly because of our credit and because of the eviction moratorium, it's really, really hard to qualify for rentals. Also, a lot of people are moving to Florida. So they want like first month's rent, last month's rent, security deposit of 1 month, if not more, depending on your credit. They want 650, 700 credit score, application fees per adult, administrative fees, pet application fees. Just like you're looking at like $6,000 to move into like a total dump, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because like the whole St. Pete thing was like, it happened really fast with COVID. And
It did, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was not sure what's going on because we were renting, and then we just like decided to buy a house, and we got like the other side of the stick. And I'm like, holy moly, we just moved into a house, and we're just worried about like losing the house because like nobody could work, you know.
Your income was affected.
Yeah, I couldn't work. I was like not working for a year, so I was like, what's going on, you know?
What were you doing during that time?
I was a server at the Hofbräu house, like basically serving. Like,
hospitality industry really got fucked.
Well, it was a shit show, basically. Yeah. So, what made you decide actually jumping into like, let's get a van instead of like move somewhere else, like for example, parents? What was your story there?
Mm-hmm. Well, neither of us get along with our family. So, I mean, we had reached out for help from them a couple of times, and they helped us like every once in a while, like just to help us with just some minor bills here and there. But it was always with the condition of, I don't know, they just said, hey, this is the last time we can help you out.
It was just very begrudgingly and very judgmental.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, we're doing everything we can. We're working more than 40 hours a week. Both of us are putting in work, trying to do everything we can. Anyways, at the end of the day, we just knew we couldn't rely on family. Family was not going to be there. Yeah. And so we had 60 days to come up with a plan. And I personally was not ready to move into...
His head was in like the wrong place because he had just gotten a new job. So he was trying... Luckily, he left the car industry because it's literally destroyed because of the chip shortage and stuff. Like, if you go to a car lot, there's no inventory. It's insane. So there's nothing to sell. So if you're in sales and can't sell a product, how do you make a living? So luckily... he left the car industry and got into another job, but he was new there and navigating a new career path. So he was really wrapped up in that. And I just felt like this dude is like in denial. Like we applied and we're wasting so much money applying because they're non-refundable application
fees. We will find something. We will find something.
No.
Like we kept looking. We looked at everything you could think of, places in the hood. We didn't care. Our only two things was we can't do rats and we can't do roaches. Yeah. I mean, your typical Florida roach every once in a while. It's going to happen. I mean, that's the norm.
Yeah, but like we can't do bed bugs.
We can't do like...
But on that note, like looking for rentals is hard, but also like looking for cars was hard because like even like buying a used car. Oh yeah. Every car is now so much more expensive. They're like 2 times, 3 times the price. Yeah. So where did you find your first van, camper? What did you buy first?
So we didn't buy anything at first. I had totaled my Mitsubishi Mirage and we got a cash car for $2,400 before our lease was up. It was a 2005 Honda Pilot with like 200,000 miles and it didn't have any functioning AC. So I basically just sat Andrew down one night after work and I was like, listen, dude, like we both have to man up and like come to the conclusion, like we're not getting into a rental. I don't even think it's a good idea. Like, I just think everything's like getting really crazy right now.
We had talked about this before, like doing like van life stuff, but we're kind of getting forced into it at this point.
Yeah. So I was like, we're going to live out of the Honda Pilot. And he was like, babe, we can't do that. And I was like, we're going to, like, we don't have a choice. And I basically sat him down and just like presented him with a plan. Like, we're going to build a bed frame. We're going to make window covers. We're going to get gym memberships and shower at the gym. Yeah. So like he wasn't really on board.
She had like
a
business proposal put together. She sat me down. She had A, B, C, D. I mean, she had it all laid out.
Well, and all of my friends thought I was crazy too. And they're like, you can't do that with a dog. And like, I had friends that like connected me with real estate agents, property managers, and even my friends that do real estate were like, honestly, like with your credit, I think living out of your vehicle is your best option. Just save up money because the market's going haywire. So we lived out of the Honda Pilot for 2 months. Yep. And then that's when I started.
We built a frame. Yeah. We built a frame for the back. So we put the seats down. We built a bed frame in the back there. We set it up. She took the curtains from our apartment, blackout curtains, and she cut out. We measured them out perfectly. We had custom window covers for the 2005 Honda Pilot, blackout curtains with also what was it?
Insulation from Home Depot.
Yeah, she sewed them. So she sewed all of these window covers.
Holy moly!
So they fit, and then we got suction cups.
Like shower caddy
caddy suction cups. And we and basically we built this bed, we built the window covers, and we made it our home for 2.5 months.
And we put Gunner's bed in the passenger seat and he slept up front.
Luckily it was during winter,
kind of
fall.
The winter.
So
without AC, I assume then?
Yeah.
Correct. So at this point it wasn't a huge ordeal because we're in Florida. Yeah. Yes, it's blazing hot every month except for about 2 months, 3 months out of the year. And we luckily moved into the Honda Pilot at a time where it was cool out.
But we knew we were on a time crunch.
We knew. Yeah.
But so while all this is going on, I started documenting everything on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was it kind of planned, or is it just like, oh, I have nothing else to do, because couldn't get a job, obviously. And
that was my one stipulation, to be honest with you. I was like, if we're going to do this, I was like, we're going to do this. I'd been trying to push her to get on TikTok anyway, because I know her personality. I felt like she would do well on there. But I was like, if we're we're going to do this. We're going to document everything. So we documented like before moving out of the condo.
Yeah.
Her sewing the window covers, us leading up to that point, talking about, okay, we're about to go live in our car.
Like all the stuff we bought.
Yeah.
We showed moving out. We showed moving out day. I mean, we did a lot of videos.
It's very real.
It's just like, this is what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, on that note, though, it was your idea doing it, but I don't see you often like posting anything. So how does that work?
No, because I mean, I that's, to be honest with you, I don't have that charismatic personality like Kyla does. I know she is a character. She's an entertainer. She makes a living by being an entertainer. So I was like, just get out there and go for it. I mean, I'm a backdrop and everything. I mean, I'm still in the videos. We go live. We're on here live now. I mean, we do go live. They like to see us banter, I think. But no, it's primarily primarily Kyla.
She's doing a really good job because she's very polarizing, and I like how she's like really engages the viewer with like being so honest about her views and opinions. What is like you don't see that often. You know, most people are like, oh, I can't say that, and how do you phrase it?
She's unfiltered for sure. Yeah,
and that is a very good thing because apparently it helps really the algorithm to engage people, good while negative. But what was like the craziest stories you guys had like in that period of time?
Moving into the car?
Yeah.
Or prior to moving into the car?
No, since then. Like what is like
since then, like between in this whole journey.
Yeah, like what is your craziest
time? Well, I think in my opinion the craziest time is when our Honda Pilot died, so the transmission went out, which means we have to get a hotel. We have to get a rental car because when your home is your car and your car is your home,
nowhere to drive, nowhere to sleep.
You're kind of put in a weird situation. So you're doing some Ubers. You're doing what's Turo? Turo. You're renting a car. You have to get a hotel. So I mean, you're draining money at that point because the goal was to save money, but that put us in a sticky situation.
It's not just vehicle repairs. It's now hotel, rental car, and whatever.
And hotels are jacked up too. Yeah. So I mean, you're paying out the wazoo.
A Super 8 in like a bad area is like $180 a night, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
$180
for a Super 8 motel.
Yeah, this is bunkers. I mean, this is Florida, like the prime spot. Like rent prices were going through the roof. I don't know what were your bills before like moving out. Like, what was your apartment like?
So I mean, we weren't paying like over the top. We were paying $1,000 a month, $1,025 a month for a 1-bedroom. Yeah. And it was a nice place. We really liked it.
Well, the unit was outdated. There was carpet, whatever. But it was right on the water leading out to Tampa Bay. There's dolphins while you're walking your dog. There's a gym.
Tons of great amenities.
A yacht club. There was a bar on site.
Fancy.
Shout out Waterside. We were actually just recently kicked out of there. I didn't tell any of you guys this. So this is
good story.
This is a live stream exclusive. So
we waited for this.
Yeah, I didn't really want to like blow our cover, but we were living at Waterside. So when we had to move out, they never took my car pass and they never took my key fob. So we were showering there, getting drinks at the bar, hanging out with our friends that lived there. Our neighbors knew we got kicked out and they were still hanging out with us. We were at the hot tub, using their gym, using their laundry. So fuck you, Waterside.
Almost. So every night after I got off work, we would go to our storage unit. We would get our stuff prepped for the next day. But we would use our old condo's amenities. So they had nice ass clubhouse, a bar right on the water, fishing pier, jacuzzi, hot tub.
You could see the skyway.
And so we were
living the high life.
We were living so we were glamping for sure. So we were working the system, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that hate on that.
Like, how dare you white us like this?
We're very much fuck the system. We don't believe in it. So.
But on that note, like now I have to think about, because your most viewed video is the one where you guys are making the storage
unit.
Yeah.
That was people hated on that.
Yeah, and I think that is partly the reason. So what is the situation with the storage unit?
Which is so weird because we never lived in the storage unit. We never slept there one night.
No.
Yeah.
But people always thought we were.
I set it up like a bedroom because we were living in a Honda Pilot, so there was no storage in there. So
we had to have home base because all of our belongings and clothes.
Yeah, I set it up like a bedroom. So like we could get our clothes, we could change. I had a mirror in there. I did have like a little day bed set up, but it was more like a couch. So like I could sit down in there. I also have like my like performance company. So like I'm rhinestoning costumes.
You would get ready for events there.
Yeah, like I have all my costumes, all my aerial equipment. So it was just like a home base.
Yeah.
Because I had nowhere to put the stuff I own. But because it was set up like a bedroom, people were really, really mad about it.
You're gonna get kicked out. Yeah. I'm like, dude, we don't live there. We just literally.
Let me see what these people are saying.
People have like actual storefronts there and all kinds of stuff. And so I'm like, who cares that we have our storage unit set up nice?
I mean, like, if you think about it, like a storage unit is a 1-bedroom or however you want to call it, you know, that would go in Florida for $800-900. Exactly. How much is it? Like, how much is a storage unit?
So the one we had was about $220.
That was a 10 by 13. It was climate controlled. It was indoors.
We downsized recently because now we have the van, we don't use it as much. Mm-hmm. But I mean, when we were living in a Honda Pilot, it was definitely home base for us. Like she would go there during the day when it's blazing hot outside and needs to get away for, you know, she would go in there and take care of her work stuff, get her costumes prepared, get stuff ready for her business, let Gunner cool off. But we never once ever stayed the night there.
Yeah.
There were people.
And there were people doing that. We saw multiple people, and that's the crazy thing is every night when we would go there to get our stuff, we would see people come in there on their bikes with their stuff, and they wouldn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they would get up.
So living in a storage unit is like one of the things that's like no-go because then you lose everything basically, and it's probably the hardest part of like now you have to move everything out and like find a new storage unit. Mm-hmm. What were the things you really needed? Like we talked about the gym, we talked about the storage unit. What are the must-haves? For like this type of situation?
Yeah, you're going to have a gym membership, preferably like a 24-hour access one. That way you always have access to like a shower and a bathroom.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if you're doing van life, if you have a decent van with a decent amount of space, you really don't have to do the storage unit. She has a business she's running. So it's kind of like she's running her business out there because she has all her circus gear, all of her costumes. We couldn't keep that all in the car. There's no way. So at the end of the day, for us, that was a crucial point. But definitely the gym membership is crucial unless you can work over your condo or your old apartment building and use their amenities for months and months. But we always knew that was always playing with fire and potentially there was going to come a time.
So we got caught and it really was like...
So wait a second, caught?
Not caught. I mean, so my driver's license is still connected to that address. My license plate is still connected to that address and I'm just having my mail forwarded until they catch on to that. And so like... They never took away my pass. It worked. Like the key fob to the hot tub and everything worked. And so when we were living in the Honda Pilot, this is something that is interesting to note. There were some really good things about the Honda Pilot and living out of just like a regular car.
Way more
incognito, way more discreet.
Yeah.
Like how they caught on to us is we're driving that giant 19-foot green machine with an AC unit on it in and out of there every day.
So we go in there in the mornings, take showers. We go in there in the evenings. So we would get our dinner. We would go there. We would set up and eat dinner there right on the water.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So nice.
We would grill out steaks there. We'd get like steaks from...
and we knew everybody there
Winn-Dixie.
So we would bullshit with everybody. Some people knew our story, some people didn't.
Yeah, so are there like occasions where that basically led to like issues? Like let's say like police, for example, or like people like did anything negative happen? Like people are like, get away or something like that?
While we were at Waterside, no, we never had any issues. To be honest, there was a security guard there that rode his bike to work and also used the shower, and we would be sitting up there at night and he'd be like, hey, can you watch my bike? My bathroom's down. I'm like, sure, your bathroom's down. You're doing something similar to what we're doing. I'll watch your bike. So he would go in there. So we kind of had like this unspoken agreement where it's like, you know.
Oh, and then some other people caught on to the situation. There was definitely at least one or two other like homeless couples or van life couples that somehow had access. But what made me mad is they would leave the bathroom so dirty And I'm like, bro, you're gonna get us caught.
You're gonna
like
fuck
if you're gonna do something like that, like I kept everything clean, I kept everything nice, like keep quiet. You want to go undetected, and these people, those people made me mad, dude.
Yeah. So that is like another thing. Like you were documenting everything. Are you worried about like let's say people see it and then like maybe like, oh, now I know you, please get away or something like that? Did something like that happen? Because like some of your posts are going really viral.
Yeah, I mean,
especially it's like local.
Yeah,
well, most of them are old people there.
Yeah,
it's like the Villages. To be honest, it's getting crazy up there.
Yeah, they tried. There was a few couples like tried to take us home, and I was like, "Bro, I live in my van. Like, you have no idea."
So I don't know that anyone caught on. The only way that but we were also discreet there. We never once said any of this on TikTok. We never talked about this, and
that was the only thing. That was the only thing we never said because I was like, we just need that lifeline to have showers and washers.
And we used it for about 5 months. Yeah. Oh yeah, we used our laundry there. You still had to pay, but it was convenient because we could chill out by the water, eat our dinner, go to the pool, go to the jacuzzi, do our laundry, have a shower, and
like jacuzzi sounds nice. But on that note, is like, what is like the typical day like in like so-called van life? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably. What do you guys have like a routine or something like that?
Yeah, you have to. You have to be really organized with your time.
Very planned out.
Like, we both work during the day, and then you know you have to schedule going to the laundromat to do laundry, then go get showers at the gym. Like, after we do this, we foregone laundry tonight, so I mean we'll be able to get by, and then we'll go get showers at the gym after this.
Yeah.
And then I mean we already ate, but we might get like a snack at 7-Eleven or something. Then we go to our undisclosed location, we break out the generator, hook it up, turn on the AC, use our hotspot, turn on the TV in our van, and just chill out.
Yeah. I saw on Reddit like it was like one of those posts like 200 IQ whatever, you know, super smart guy parking in a parking garage near to a gym with Wi-Fi, everything's super close, and he's like just parking there. Have you tried parking in a gym? Like, what are the top parking spots for like this type of situation?
So in St. Pete,
talk about previously and now.
Okay, yeah. So the like I said, the Honda Pilot honestly had its like the pros. People don't look at like a regular SUV like, oh, someone's living in there. So like you could really get away with parking almost anywhere as long as it wasn't a towaway zone, because no one's like, oh, someone's living in there. With our van, now that there's an AC unit on it, it's a big van. We have the generator. It's very clear that someone's like sleeping in there and living out of it, so it's not quite as discreet. We park somewhere that's like not residential but still pretty quiet. It's a 48-hour parking area. It's public parking, and it's kind of away from downtown, so we haven't really had any issues. There's other campers that have been out there. There's been other campers with generators. There's a guy
people living in their cars there.
There's a guy in his SUV. I feel so bad, dude. I need to get full-time as well. I need to get my window covers out of storage and give them to him, because he's just living in his SUV, no window covers, no AC, just raw dogging it, dude.
I mean, on this note, we also have to mention, like, this is not a new thing. It's like, it happened in California, Los Angeles, you know. It's like everybody, even like people with like good paying jobs, like it's not like you're not working. Like, what's your situation?
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is, I just saw somebody on TikTok recently because he was underpaid at his job.
Yeah.
He could not afford his apartment.
Wait, tell them what his job is. This is the most messed up part.
What did he? I can't remember.
What?
I mean, I know
Andrew,
he
did property management stuff and worked for a real estate company, and he's fucking homeless, dude.
Okay, so he couldn't afford his apartment. And he's like, he went to his boss and asked for a raise to be able to keep up with inflation. Yeah. His boss declined. So what he said is like, all right, fuck this. He's going to work the system just like we did.
Oh, you're talking about the guy on TikTok.
That's what I'm
I thought you meant the guy living out of his SUV.
No.
Never mind.
That's the guy. Okay, yes, that guy is the guy that camps out next to us. I'm talking about, I don't remember, this guy that worked a nice office job somewhere. I feel like he did something in tech.
Engineering.
Yeah, something smart for sure. Probably like programming, computer programming or something. Anyways, bottom line is, I mean, he went viral on TikTok because he said fuck it, and he started living under his desk at work.
He was living at work.
Shop.
They had showers there. They had snacks there.
And he documented all of it, and he went viral, like way more viral than we've gone.
Oh, yeah,
He's blowing up on there.
Yeah, it is bonkers because like this is like I said, you guys are working, and it's like it shouldn't be a situation like that. We're here in St. Pete. Is there anything that you think is like getting worse, or what is your view about the whole real estate market, living, renting, working, and low middle class? What's your view on that?
The middle class is basically like obsolete. Non-existent. It's either, I mean, it's crazy because we make too much money to qualify for government assistance, and even if you do qualify for like affordable housing, the wait list is years long.
Yeah,
there's not enough affordable housing. And then for St. Pete, it just really blows my mind. Obviously, like you said, gentrification is nothing new. Look at we're doing ASMR on here. Look at Portland. Look at LA. You know, I mean, tent cities. There's so many people living in RVs and cars that are working. I mean, everyone's moving here, and you can't just blame private landlords because what is it, Blackstone, BlackRock that has that lawsuit out? Like these corporations are buying up property, and you know it's really kind of creepy and dystopian. Like I don't know where this is headed. Like are all of us just gonna?
Yeah, that's part of the reason. Also, we had been talking about doing something like this prior to all this because also we won't go deep into the rabbit hole tonight in this, but we just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm 41 years old, and I've talked to people that are almost twice my age, not quite, but they're, 20, 30 years older than me. And I've asked them, I said, is this the weirdest time you've ever lived in? They said, bar none. Yeah. Definitely. At least here in the States.
I mean, it was very dystopian. Like when COVID hit, and then like there was a whole Black Lives Matters and curfews and everything, and there were so many things happening at the same time. It just felt like really weird.
100%.
What is your goal now on this whole thing? Because you said like you're 41 years old. You plan on living in the van for a while, or what is the goal?
I mean, at first, we didn't really know what we were going to do. We just knew that that's what we had to do to survive and not be on the street. But, I mean, quite frankly, like, TikTok and social media like changed our lives because when the Honda Pilot died, we were able to crowdsource for a van, albeit it had a bunch of problems and we sunk a bunch of money into it. But
if we had not done that, if people had not contributed and helped us, and it feels so fucked up because like we only had that van for like a month, but to be honest with you, we literally would have been on the streets. We had nowhere to go. We had no car to sleep in.
Yeah, we would have been on the streets.
We would have been on the streets.
And then I'll let you tell how we got the green machine. But at that point, we were so committed. And I honestly didn't think like the housing market and all the rentals, like I was like, it'll level out. It'll level out, babe. We'll just do this until it all levels out. Well, it's not leveling out. It's getting worse across the nation.
Our goal is...
So I think we're going to just live in the van and leave the country eventually.
Yeah, like when my kids get a little bit older, we're hoping we want to move to Belize possibly. We're still looking at maybe some other options. But somewhere where we can still make money, the American dollar, because it's still U.S. dollar is still worth a lot more over there. Who knows if it will continue to be? So that's up in the air.
Yeah.
But if we get out of here, we'll probably do van life until we move out of the country.
So we talked like the other time, like we did this already kind of sort of, but we had technical difficulties. But I want to talk a little bit more about like the whole TikTok journey because like obviously you were documenting everything and you kind of had like a lot of things happening. Like you started out in the van and now you have like how many cars did you go already?
This is our third.
Yeah, we had the Honda Pilot.
In like 4.5 months.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like the past 4 months of my life, I feel like I just woke up and I'm like, I don't know how this all happened.
Because it seems like it's really fast moving. Like, would you say it's cheaper living in a van or camper or whatever versus like regular renting? Like, did it have a
if your vehicle is if it's
mechanically sound?
Yes, mechanically sound. If your vehicle's not mechanically sound, you might end up spending more than you would in a rental.
Yeah.
Although rent prices now are skyrocketing, so probably it's an even trade-off. But yes, if you have a vehicle, and that's what we've always told people as of recent, saying if you're going to do this, make sure, most important thing beyond the amenities of the van or anything else, make sure you have a mechanically sound vehicle. Otherwise, you're going to be getting hotels, rental cars, and everything else. Because again, when your house is your car and your car is your house, it's gonna
add up. It's really, I mean, on Turo we ended up spending like $600 for a piece of shit Hyundai for like a week.
Holy moly. Yeah, money goes quick. Do you have like regular like reoccurring costs? Like what would be like costs that you have? Like, because like on
gas,
one side, gas
is one. Also, not just gas for the van, but also for the generator. Now that it's hot here in Florida, which it is majority of the year, you're looking at $6 to $8 a night for gas for the generator.
Yeah.
If we want to run it all night.
So
food,
like roughly $350 for gas for the van, because we don't drive. We stay pretty close in the city. We don't drive very far often.
She goes to Tampa for work.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
That sucks. So $350 a month roughly for gas for the van, $180 roughly a month for the generator, and then $60 for gym membership.
70
for gym membership.
And we didn't have to do that, but we were at a gym that was like $10 a month each person, so it would have been $20 a month.
Yeah, but the bathrooms
when
were
you're
disgusting.
in the bathrooms every day, twice a day, because we go in the morning and the evening, it's just like this place was just, it was garbage. Like it was so just disgusting.
Hold on, can we pause?
Yeah. Simple
Reader 1 said his questions are so on point for those of us seriously considering this option.
There you go.
Try. I mean, like.
Well, go check out.
It's create before consume.
Create before consume.
Create before consume. Yeah, if you want to actually watch this podcast, it's live streaming like on his YouTube. Create before consume.
Go check out his YouTube.
Yeah, go check out his YouTube, and then you can like see a better camera angle.
Also, if you're like thinking about doing like content and creating stuff, this is the way to go. Check it out.
On that note, let's talk a little bit more about the consuming. Are there other people that you're consuming that basically inspired you doing this or were like helpful? Who are the people?
There's so since I've started doing this, I know people rag on the van life community, #van life, and there are like those rich white Patagonia kids, and it's like, yeah, cool, bro, you have a $250,000 Mercedes Sprinter, like awesome for you, dude. But
we don't hate on them if they're not.
No. It's just I'm saying that's
they're shitty people.
I'm just saying that's like the stereotype, right?
Sure.
So since we started doing this, there's been so many van lifers and RV people that I've met through TikTok, and like we comment on each other's stuff, we support each other, and there's
well, how much advice have we gained on here just for like when we were buying a generator,
people are so helpful on here.
When we were setting up the generator, I didn't know what I was doing.
Wait, did you tell them when we first bought our generator, we went live and multiple people were like looking up the manual and like helping us set it up, like on our, like we're hanging out with people.
Dude, I am so not mechanically inclined. I'm not handy, which is really bad for van life. Like doing what we're doing, it's like, it's embarrassing. But my dad was a piece of shit and never taught me anything.
That is not true.
But also his dad never taught him anything, so I can't blame him.
He taught you judo.
Yeah, judo. Okay, yeah. Self-defense, fine.
So what are the most useful skills,
Kevin?
Yeah, as like a van lifer, like what is like?
Oh, if you were a mechanic or you were at least somewhat mechanically sound and were handy, that would be really.
If you know electrical, if you know how to weld, if you know mechanics.
I know none of the above.
Yeah.
I know people and sales and stuff, but
I mean that's also good. Like I mean, like that kind of led to another opportunity, because like there's a lot of people who helped you. Like, who are the people who helped you the most? What happened? Like, because like we didn't talk about this like yet.
The new van, yeah.
So what is the situation with that new van?
Okay, wait, hold on. Before that, there is this dude Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so Andrew used to work at a Subaru dealership, right? So Ryan
Shout out Ryan.
He works at the Subaru service department. He's Subaru certified. He helped us with our Honda Pilot. Mm-hmm. He helped us with that other Dodge 2500 we got that had a bunch of problems. We paid him more than what he asked because he was like, he felt bad for us. He would stay after work. He would stay after work. He would hook us up.
He was a buddy of mine.
He is such a sweet, genuine person, and like will forever just be one of those people that like stands out to me, like just genuinely wanted to help and wasn't like trying to take advantage of us. And like honestly, when we showed him the new van, he was like about to cry, dude. Like he was it
looks really slick.
He was I'm so happy.
He was nervous, so like he wasn't able to. I didn't want to ask him because we had to drive 2 hours away. I'm not going to take him away on his weekend. People work a lot of hours during the week. I'm not going to ask you to drive 2 hours away from your family on a weekend to come help me. But that being said, he told me a bunch of things to check. I looked at those things. We came back, and then probably a couple weeks after we purchased the van, we came to see him, and I said, "We do a quick check on this, make sure everything looks good." And he's like, "Bro, I was so nervous to get up under there and look at things." He's like, "But
cars are scary. There's a lot of things that can't break."
Correct. And he was like, he doesn't want to be the bearer of bad news. But he got up under the van. He was like, "Dude, this van is mechanically sound. There's no leaks.
No rust.
Whoever had this thing took care of it." He was like very relieved. So yeah.
Yeah, so how did you get them helpful? Like, let's talk about that, because like that was also a very interesting story with people that helped you, because like I really was like, when you told me this story, I was like, what happened?
It's crazy. So
I guess this is also the first time we're talking about this openly on TikTok.
Except for on TikTok, yeah.
All right.
No, we don't have to.
No.
If we have secrets, we keep them.
It's on
our podcast. I mean, it's on another podcast.
The cat's out of the bag. Where's that cat? I need to hold that cat up. The cat's out of the bag. Oh,
he's sleepy.
So
Crackhead Willie's.
Crackhead Willie, where is he? I love him.
He's sleeping.
He's feisty though.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's crazy is, so we had purchased this second van. We had crowdsourced for it. People were so generous. Complete strangers, people on TikTok gave us money. Like,
I think that was the worst part, is that like the van ended up being a nightmare for us.
We felt so guilty.
So like I felt like I'm sharing my whole life and whole story online. So when you fail in real life and that many people are watching, it really like messes with you mentally.
Yeah, it's
like
hard.
I was embarrassed. I knew people were gonna like shit talk me. I was like, damn, man.
All these people had donated towards this van.
Yeah.
And we were kind of in a bind. We probably jumped the gun in purchasing that van, but we were just in a dire need of like a vehicle to sleep in, to have to get to work. But it had major problems. Like it ended up having major problems. So that being said, I went to my supervisor at work one day and I just said, "Hey, I just want you to know, like, if it seems like I've been flaky lately because I had to cut out of work to go to the mechanic or drop the car off at the repair shop, or we were just taking care of things." Again, when your home is your car and your car is your home, it makes it very difficult. And so I just told my supervisor what was going on, and I was like, she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, she seemed caught off guard, and I was like, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was like, I'm fine.
I thought you were going to get fired.
Yeah, I would assume the same thing. Like usually when
that's what
people going like down a bad road, nobody else is jumping on it and like, "Oh, so you're fucking up right now? Let me."
Well, yeah, they hear that you're living in a car and they're like, "Oh, you must be a drug addict. You must be," and it's like, nah, dude. Like everyone wants me to have a perfect credit score and $8 million to move in somewhere.
Well, my thought was, this is going to impact your work, so they're already like, "Oh, we can't hire a person that's working, has this kind of stuff going on."
Yeah.
Instead, she went and told one of the owners, and I didn't know. So the owner pulled me aside that day, right before a meeting I had. He fingered at me like this. He said, "Come here." And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, I don't know what I did, but it sounds like I'm trying. He pulled me outside. He's like, "This isn't happening." I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to get fired."
Great.
He's like, "This isn't happening." He's like, "Not one of our employees." I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "What do you need to get into a place?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're not going to live in a car. That's not working for us. We're going to take care of you. We're not going to have that for our employees." Anyways, long story short, I was like, well, we're just kind of like, we'd rather like if we can get a camper van instead of spending money on an apartment that we're just going to throw away money. And he's like, how much would it be? And I was like, when you're in that place when someone's asking you, like, how much do you need?
They're trying to help you.
How much do you need?
Like, even when we did the GoFundMe,
like
I only did $5,000 because I was like, we're going to need a van eventually. Like, this Honda Pilot isn't. I only asked for $5,000, which I know isn't even a lot for a van. But I am not used to people being kind to me. Like, our families are very, like self-righteous and judgmental. So I'm like, oh, I'm a piece of shit that doesn't deserve anything because that's what I've been taught. So, like, it's weird that people are so supportive and nice now. It's very bizarre. So
talking about that whole donation kind of sort of thing, like, on the internet in America, it's like very common that if you're working, you still cannot really afford anything. So you kind of like rely on that. And it's a weird feeling because on the one side, you want to work and you want to pay for everything. But if everything comes down, it's like, it's nice that there's people actually taking care of others and help.
Insane.
So how do you feel about like getting help and whatever? And especially on the internet when everybody can see it and basically can judge. And it's a weird thing.
So we've declined money multiple times. People have said, send me your Cash App, send me your Cash App. We're like, no. Like, we're okay. Give that to somebody else. Now that we're living in a car, we have money. But at the same time, we did crowdsource for this van. So, like, we put up a GoFundMe. Anyone that wanted to contribute did. And, dude, everyone was so freaking generous. It was outrageous.
Yeah.
Not to veer away too much, but also, I'll be honest on here. Like, before we were living on our van, we had a different mindset probably towards homeless people.
Yeah.
Since we've been living in our van, every time any homeless person, and this is not self-righteousness, it's just being aware of like, oh shit. Like,
I don't post about it that much on TikTok because I hate performative acts of kindness and like, I'm going to give this homeless dude $500. Like, I think it's really tacky.
But now we feel more inclined and more empathetic towards people that are on the streets. Like, we kind of like have like some kind of connection with people that are homeless. Like we feel like we're like, here, what do you need? What do you need? What do I have?
Well, back to the story. So the owner was like, how much do you need for a van?
He said, how much do you need for a van? And I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I don't want to like blow them away by throwing. I just said
$300,000.
I was like, I don't know. I've seen like camper vans that would be really nice for us. A starter van for like 15, 20. And he's like, spend 22.
Yeah, so that is like a really weird thing because like how can be so it's humiliating and being open to somebody, and especially on the internet. How do you guys deal with that? Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. So how do we deal with
funny,
what? Like
someone
people...
just said on here, you're humbled now.
Well, we've always been humbled living in this. Anyways, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where when someone offers to help us, because we've never had anyone, like we didn't have our own family wouldn't do this for us. Like no one, like anytime they helped us, it was begrudgingly and it was always with stipulations and it was always with, well, this is the last time we can do this for you. Like it was always like, you always felt, I always had such anxiety ever asking my family for anything. I would need to drink a whiskey and like breathe for a minute before I called them.
It just like seems unnatural to me because like I don't have my own kids, but I raised my little brother, and then Andrew has 2 kids, so I have 2 stepkids, and it's like if someone that I loved ever asked me for help, I would never like rub their nose in it. I'd be like, oh my God. My first thing would be like, are you okay? Yeah. That's not a thing that I was ever asked.
So we were shocked and blown away that the owner of my company, who I had never talked to before until this point.
Because you're still newer there.
Yeah, I've only been there 5-6 months. He was like, what do you need? And I was like, once we discussed it and stuff, he was like, no, spend 22. And I was like, well, if I can get away with spending less, I will. But I was like, just take it out of my paycheck. And he's like, that'll work. That's fine. We'll just deduct it from a paycheck as long as you need. And he was willing to do, when he set up the payment plan for me, he was like, we can do any payment that you need. Amount. We don't care.
You're not even mentioning they put us in an extended stay for a week, dude. And they're like, and we're like, dude, we can live in the van. It just has trouble starting. And he's like, no. He's like, you're staying in the extended stay until you get a new van. And I was like, what?
And that we didn't have to pay back.
Yeah.
So they probably gave us out of pocket without having to pay back, probably at $1,500.
Oh yeah, because the extended stay, dude, this is and this is something that people that aren't able to buy vans or live in vans, the other side of TikTok I'm seeing is the extended stay people.
Yeah.
They're paying like $2,000 a month to live in an extended stay. That extended stay was how much for the week?
No, for $800 for the weekend. No, not that $800 for the weekend. That one weekend, it was spring break.
But we decided not to stay there.
Yeah, we were like, we're not going to do this. My boss said, get it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
He was willing to pay for us to stay there longer. And I was like, we're not. Out of principle, nobody's paying that shit.
3 days?
But how much was it for the week? Like $1,000?
Yeah, for the week it was $1,000.
That's
ridiculous. Like back in the day, it was like, $260. Oh yeah, that's a month rent, you know?
Yeah,
like just for a week, you know? Like some people don't really.
Used to be $260 a week.
Okay, sorry. Makuna wants to be corrected. They didn't say we're humbled now. They're just saying, I didn't think it was a rude comment. I'm sorry. They're saying that we were humbled as we are good people. Oh. They meant it as a compliment.
Well, that was kind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misspoke.
We are assholes though, so sorry.
I didn't think they were being rude. They were just saying like you're humbled. Like I don't think the world is owed to me.
Yeah. How you deal with actually like the viewership? Like what type of situation are you with your viewer? Like, are you friends? What is your like connection to them? Or because like it can be like it's really interesting to see how do you connect with them, or in a way. Sorry,
some of them do feel kind of like family to us, like the way
friends.
They interact.
Like there's we have like regulars. It's like like we'll go live at least once a week.
And some of the same people every time.
A lot of the same people every time,
and we support them, and their story is crazy. Some of their stories.
I follow back a lot of people. I look at people's stuff. Like I don't think I'm like an influencer and a celebrity. I think that's really cringy. And I actually enjoy that this platform allows me to connect with other people. I've learned a lot from other people.
So much. People have been so whether or not they've contributed financially, they've contributed like for your mental health, and also for like helping you with just a generator setting up, like when you don't know anything, they're like reading the instruction manual for you and helping you. Like people are so kind. I've been blown away. I'll be honest, I'm a very jaded person. I'm very jaded, but TikTok and these people that we hang out with on here, man, like some of them have changed my views about people in general. Like, and my boss, the owner of the company, I've never worked for a company that was that generous. It was crazy.
So let's talk a little bit about TikTok, Instagram, and all those. What is your opinion about them? Like, if you would describe them in a sentence each, like about in social media, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. Because like it seems like you kind of found like your platform, and it seems like to be working really well over there. But how do what do you think about the other sides?
So obviously, when something works, people stick with it. So TikTok, I feel really safe and comfortable there, and I understand the algorithm. I understand my viewership. I understand like what I can and can't do for, to get views and what will go well, right? With Instagram, I feel like Instagram has been around for longer, and
it's dressed up.
I feel like Instagram is the influencer social media. It is very curated, it is very manicured, and they want beautiful people doing beautiful things. And the reels that
TikTok's
I see,
more raw.
the reels that I see doing really well over there are really high quality and really beautiful, and they're not real.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because it's almost like people that have what's that app?
Which one?
Where you save all the little things. It reminds me more of like what Tumblr used to be. I think Instagram's turning into Tumblr, where you just watch pretty things and save pretty things, and it doesn't matter if it's real or not, because it's an aesthetic, it's a concept, which I think is really beautiful and artistic.
Sure.
But TikTok, I can literally like take a shit in my garbage can in my van, and then I get 20,000 views, which I appreciate.
But yeah, that was kind of like a story way too by itself. I don't know if we should talk about it, but I was like,
Pinterest too. Yeah, someone said Pinterest.
Yes, Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest is like for me one of those girly things where you get those mood boards, like what furniture would look nice, and I agree with like TikTok being like more real because like
it's more raw.
Yeah,
we see people on there blow up, so we connect with a couple people on there that are really cool, and like they are not dressed up. They are not. They don't have like there's one guy I follow on there. He's hilarious as fuck, and he's like, he won't know what I'm talking about, but he's like trailer park, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but like
some
he's
crazy
raw,
redneck dude.
just raw, and he does well on there.
Yeah,
and he's so real and genuine, and that would never happen on Instagram.
Yeah,
but it happens on TikTok.
So have you tried to do more polished content, or you just learned like it's not really working? Kind of
more what?
Polished.
Polished. Okay.
So it's not that I don't want to. I also, what works best for me is being myself.
Yeah.
And so
she's not good at being fake. Neither.
No, but you can be polished and not be fake. Like when I have an entertainment company, I do like aerial stuff. So I'm used to doing full hair, full makeup. I'm at corporate events. You know, I'm performing for Fortune 500 companies in a Hyatt Regency in Orlando. But so it's like maybe this is like my outlet.
Yeah.
This is like a personal blog to me where I'm like, this isn't hashtag van life and I'm, you know, in a $300,000 Sprinter. This is like, this is what it's really like. This is what it's really like.
We're documenting our real life, and we have the freedom to actually put everything out there. She talked about shitting in a bucket. So, I mean, we're pretty vulnerable.
It's pretty raw.
Like, it's not, I mean, there's not too much that's hidden on there. Like, we're pretty open about everything. Our lives are an open book. Like, we're on there.
Yeah. On that note, like I feel so bad because we did already that podcast and it was so good and it was like really flowing.
Oh,
you know?
no.
Well, tell them already. Tell them what happened last night. So
what happened there?
Last night we did a podcast.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
everything got lost.
Everything, the thing all got lost. But at least we went live tonight, so this is good.
I wanted to talk about the thing we talked about because, like I mentioned yesterday, like I have the issue with procrastination and finding my niche. And for me, it's like the dream, you know. Like I find my niche, and then I basically just create the content that I love, you know. And that's like the whole self-finding problem that I have. And then I saw you guys like basically stumbling in that situation and everything worked out because it's so raw and real and it's not like a fake thing like what I kind of do, you know, like I do the polish.
Yours isn't
Instagram.
fake. No, yours isn't fake. Tell them he's a very talented videographer and photographer, and there's something to be said for curated gorgeous content. It's not fake.
Yeah, no, I mean like it's not performing as well as like the real raw content, you know, like you mentioned it yesterday where you're like you edit something and you put a lot of work in and then it's not performing well.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the issue that I have. Like you put all those hours in and you don't get anything out. What is your point on that?
Okay, so I think with Instagram, people want beautiful, pretty, dreamlike things. And then with TikTok, people are scrolling through and want to feel more of a connection. It is a very personable, like I like watching this person. I scroll through TikTok. The people that I choose to follow, I'm like, oh my God, they're so funny. I would hang out with them at a bar. I would be friends with them. They get my sense of humor, or like, wow, they're doing something really cool that I'm interested in, and I don't feel like they're bullshitting me.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
And then YouTube is like a mix between all of it, you know?
Yeah. For me, YouTube is like a research thing where I learn stuff. Yes. And I think we mentioned it yesterday. I'm just like, you guys need to do those.
I know, we need to get on YouTube. We need to get on YouTube.
Yeah, because like that's where I spend the most of my time. So what social media you consume the most? Is it TikTok, I assume?
So this is interesting. TikTok, like, for my own personal enjoyment, I'm on there more. But then I'm an aerialist. I'm a circus performer. So like any type of visual art or like live performance is on Instagram. Like all the, like, it's so funny. Like so many of my performer friends or colleagues like don't even know like my life on TikTok. Like one of my best friends, Courtney, will like be telling other people like, oh dude, have you seen Kyla? Like she has like 30 something thousand followers. And like some of the people we perform with are so narcissistic and all they care about is being seen. And like they're like so butthurt about it. And like, what? I had no idea. And it's like, yeah, because like my Instagram only has like 1,000 followers because like I just post my performance stuff on there, which it's almost like in my industry for like performing, we use Instagram as a portfolio, which I'm sure is similar for people in visual arts, right? Like for videography, photography. So I only really consume Instagram to watch like other aerialists, other performers, like who's performing where. Almost I use it more like a networking platform and to like stay in the know for my industry. Yeah, it is for sure. I mean, Instagram definitely is probably the second platform that I probably go for entertainment, but I definitely am on TikTok way more in terms of just like entertainment. I don't know. I like watching people's lives, and a lot of the people that follow us, I follow their stories. Like I enjoy watching their journey and what they have going on. Like we follow people. This is the only problem with going live is I have to pee, and I don't have the shiwi and the water jug, so I have to use like a real bathroom. Yeah, no, feel free. We can make should we take a break? No, continue on with that. Yeah, let's continue with that. All right, let's go. On the one side, I was like, the whole polished thing, putting all the time in and then not being rewarded, it is kind of weird for me, you know what I mean? Because like I spend a lot of time doing It's frustrating. Yeah, so what is your way of communicating with the outside? Because you said you don't really do social media, but you do it for her, kind of, sort of. I mean, I'm a consumer for sure of social media. Like I'll be on TikTok consuming. I'll watch. If I have a little break, both her and I, if we don't watch TV at night, we're on TikTok just watching other people's stories and journeys and stuff. So we consume, but I have a TikTok. It's her backup account, which we've done horrible with because there's only one video on there. But post once in a while, you should like try to. I know I should get on there and try to do stuff. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I'm really bad at that kind of thing. Like I'm not good at it, but I should try more. That is also like kind of interesting because you mentioned your age, and I'm just like, social media is kind of like a pain for most people, and it's very negative. Like, what is your relationship with social media? You feel like more comfortable? You feel like it's a good thing, bad thing? Does it affect you at all? Because like you basically post everything online, and it's like it's unfiltered, it's raw, you know. So what is your relationship with social media on that? Because like, I won't get into my background too much here tonight, but like from where I was to where I am now. Yeah, I'll give you a little snippet. Oh, come on. Well, fine, I'll go into it a little bit. I mean, I used to be a pastor. I started a church in Orlando. In my house, grew it to like 200 people in a YMCA. Like that's, I didn't grow it, but it grew to that. But I was a pastor, and when your work and your morals are combined, like, give you an example. Tonight, if I get drunk as fuck and go into work tomorrow, I'm hungover, they don't care as long as I perform and do my job. They don't care. On the flip side, what I used to do, your morals and your job are combined and they collide, and it's a totally different story. So now that I'm free and I no longer am in that world, I don't care anymore. Like I'm okay to be. I'm very honest. Like I have there's nothing we're hiding. Like there's no reason to. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you post your life on social media, correct? But does it affect you negatively? Because like for girls, for example, it can be like I compare myself now with other people, and now I'm just like feeling like
crap,
for
you
me-
know, because
for me,
everybody's
no.
like polished, you know, and it's not their true life, but it seems like it on the internet. So how you guys feel with social media?
I feel like I have really tough skin.
Yeah.
I like the controversy. I like pissing people off. I like the trolls. I grew up doing classical ballet where I was encouraged to have eating disorders. I grew up with a mom who was verbally and physically abusive to me. There is nothing that anyone could ever say to me online that would fuck with me because my own mother has said some pretty messed up stuff. So I feel like I have a pretty good mentality.
I've never once been triggered online, have you?
I think it's funny.
No, I don't. I don't.
It's a rare breed then, because nowadays, like you
No,
see,
people get upset and I
Yeah.
feel bad. Like people get one mean comment and they're like, oh my God, like I really do need to
don't
dye
know,
my
no.
hair. I really am fat. And I'm like, bro, if you get upset like that, you can't be on social
Also,
media.
both of our personalities, when it comes to work or anything, the only people that we are impacted by what they say or what they think are people that we respect.
Yeah.
If I don't know you and you're making a comment, I don't know you. I don't have respect for you. It doesn't carry any weight for me. So I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's always like the meanest comments are always like a random like profile
User
picture.
365
it's like a
789.
profile picture of a meme and it's like some like random ass account with like no posts. And
I'll
I'm like,
banter every once in a while just for the
care about a
engagement.
keyboard warrior.
I will. I'll banter for the engagement sometimes. I'll be like, oh, this is getting good. Let's go.
Yeah. So
But no.
Talking about the mean comments, how do you deal with like what type of content you create? You go by like what gets the most engagement, or you just feel like, oh, this will perform well? What is your way of it?
I do a mix. I still make things that I enjoy making.
Yeah.
And I don't care if they do well or not because I still have to be a creative person and maybe eventually people will understand me and the things that I find funny, like carrying my shit in a bag and this audio is playing tiny little plastic baby with your limbs cut off. You were abandoned in a parking lot. When I heard that audio, I was like, this is so funny. I laughed so hard. It wasn't even a trending audio. I was like, this is so demented and so funny.
That's the thing. We post things that make us laugh. Yeah.
No, Andrew, how many times did I show you the video I made of me carrying my shit? And I was like, babe, I was like, everyone's so mad about it.
Like,
and like,
Jesus.
I just kept watching it and laughing, dude. I kept laughing. But I obviously like what did really well was part 2 the other day. We have like almost 80,000 views now from one day ago of this video. Is like part 2 of our nightly routine, and we're just eating Szechuan chicken from a cheap ass Chinese restaurant.
But let's be really
and, like,
honest.
turning on our generator.
Let's be honest about that night. So the honest part of it is, when you're creating content, there are times where you're like, fuck, dude, I just want to sit down, eat my fucking food, watch something.
Yeah.
But we're like, also, we are trying to get brand deals and we're trying to create content and be progressive with this. So we're like, all right, well, we got to sacrifice and just stop and do some things, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, we both worked today, but we're going to come home and work some more.
Yeah.
But
It's still
we
work.
knew it's possible that it would do well, and it did.
Yeah. It sounds kind of like describe what this work is, because for some people it's just like, oh, you post a video, and it's actually really hard when you're like trying to post a video, because like it's not as easy like, oh, let's post a video. It's
No.
like you post a lot. So what is your
Setting
work?
up angles, lights. I'm gonna go pee while you talk about this.
Okay, so by the way, while we're taking a break, I apologize. I'm having like an allergic reaction.
Are you allergic to
So
cats?
that's
That seems like a sunburn.
no, it's not. My
Uh-oh.
skin just turned this red.
What happened?
The juice.
No. Wawa is sending me a PR package, so it definitely was not the Wawa. it definitely was not the Wawa strawberry lemonade.
Oh God.
Jeez Louise, now I see it. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm allergic to juice, like any type of citrus.
why are you drinking juice then?
I don't. Guys, okay, moving on. It's fine. Everyone just
It's
ignore
fine.
it.
Okay.
We'll deal with this later. So, as my throat, does anyone have an EpiPen? Anyone? No, it's fine.
Happy pens in the chat, please.
Who needs it? So, These videos. Okay, so I have like a little selfie stick thing, a little phone stand. I have like a little light that is like rechargeable and has different lighting settings that I clip onto my phone. And like, it's not, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not fake, but yeah, I'm like, Andrew, we need to get a good angle of me carrying out the generator with you. Oh, now I need to put down the generator. Let me reset the camera and let me get a video of us carrying the generator around the back of the van. And then it's like, all right, Andrew, like start pouring in the gasoline into the generator so I can show everyone. Like, it's not fake because it's what we really do, but it's still very like, I need to get a good angle of it. I need to get good lighting. And it's not like, oh yeah, there's just some camera guy filming me. Like, I'm filming myself doing this shit. Like, so at the end of the video that did really well, it's just me putting on my blanket and cuddling up. Cause Andrew's like outside, like doing something. And he's like, I'm not doing this anymore. Cause he doesn't have as much tolerance for like being in front of the camera as I do, obviously. So I'm just like, good night. And it's like, obviously that stage, like I'm putting the blanket over my face and the light's turning off. I'm holding the cell phone, guys. Like, it's really what we really do, but like me creating the content for it is like not really real.
Yeah. I mean, work-wise, like how many posts you do a day? Like,
oh yeah, at least 5.
So you do 5 a day, and here I am like kind of struggling, like doing like 1 or 2, you know,
we can
every 4 or 5 days.
Oh no, you
because like I think too much about it. I'm like, what should I do? You know,
analytical, like
and I'm more the strategic guy, and I'm like planning stuff and being like efficient, like doing like all the weird stuff, like get my own merch, do everything so that I can do that.
So that's how I am. I can't do anything without overthinking it 1,000 times.
It has to be perfect.
Before I do anything. So yeah, you're right.
Well, and what's weird is like I am a perfectionist, and it honestly, one of the biggest things I overcame was my perfectionism. Like, and that's why for so many, I used to make a lot of Instagram stories of me just ranting and doing crazy shit, very similar to what my TikTok is now. And so many people that I know personally be like, girl, you need to get a TikTok. Girl, you're so funny, this and that, and whatever. And even Andrew was the same way. And I'm like, I don't know. And because I thought it had to be perfect curated content. And as soon as I like connected with my friend Julie Zatz,
shout out to Julie Zatz.
No, this woman knows her shit. Like,
if you're a content creator, you should definitely.
I know. I have to give her a shout out. She taught me a lot about TikTok. She taught me a lot about the algorithm, and she hooked me up, man. She really helped me out. Yeah. But TikTok loves when you're just busting out content because people are consuming, scrolling. So TikTok will reward you for posting a bunch of shit. I guess all of you are finding this out. Yeah. But so what's up, Blaze? Did you ever get your stickers?
So talking, I'm a little bit worried about your like throat and everything.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry. I don't need
it. It
happens all the time.
Yeah. But I need to interrupt the whole show to ask you this because last night I meant to. Yeah. And I need to know this. This is a genuine question. I forgot it last night. Is that a bidet in the bathroom?
Yes, it is.
Oh shit!
You know, like
wait, I didn't notice a bidet.
You didn't?
No, I did. Yeah.
So here's the deal. Here's some money saving tips. I'm all about the
no
saving.
toilet paper.
Let's go.
Toilet paper went through the roof while COVID.
Yes.
When I moved to America, I met a couple like gay guys. They invited me to Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. And I was doing some like electrical work for them. And they're like, hey, you can stay here for a month. So I had a free month in Hawaii in their apartment, building, whatever.
You use that
they
bidet.
Had bidets. Oh. And I'm like, this is nice. And you use way less toilet paper.
It's way more clean.
Yeah. So basically you use 1/10 of the regular paper. And like while the pandemic, I'm just like, everybody's going out there trying to get them stacks. And I'm like, we still good?
Well,
this man needs a fucking sponsorship for his bidet. Come on. I don't know what the brand is, but y'all should sponsor him.
For real. Squatty Potty or somebody.
Squatty Potty.
I don't know if I want that, but you know, so how do you deal with that? Like, that you kind of slid into a niche of like that van life. You want to be associated with that, or you don't worry about it and you just create? what is your mindset about that?
Yeah, I don't really care what people associate me with. Like, I woke up this morning and there was a comment like, it's ironic that people are living out of vans to be trendy and they used to do it to be homeless. And I was like, bitch, have you not seen like the 3 bazillion videos I post every day about how I'm homeless as fuck and this is why I did this? But
we also don't want to rent again. So, I mean, it's kind of a choice and not a choice.
Yeah. Speaking about that, because like, if I'm realistic, it sounds like there's the potential of a lot of issues. Like, have you like planned a little bit further ahead with like, let's say like mail, like, I don't know, like all those things, you know, when you like need packages or you get like maybe letters or you get a jury duty call or whatever, you know, I'm just like, what do you do?
I hope I don't get jury duty. I hope it gets lost.
I just got it and I'm like, oh my God.
Ew.
Did you really?
Yeah, $15 for a whole day sitting there and being like...
Illegal, criminal.
Yeah, and like nowadays, like $15, it's an hour of work, you know, and you have to take off a whole day, maybe more.
That's so messed up.
Yeah, they should adjust that kind of.
100%.
But I'm just like, how do you deal with that? Do you have like
a P.O. box?
P.O. box?
So currently we do a P.O. box, but I think there's a time frame, like however many months you can't keep forwarding. So there are mail services that you pay a certain fee every year, and then it gives you like a real address. So like even as I'm talking to these brands right now, like Wawa sent me a PR package and they were like, oh, it was a P.O. box, we can't send it there. So like I had to get it sent to my friend's house. And there's like a few things on like Amazon where like it can't be sent to a P.O. box, which is really annoying.
Yeah, there are some really crippling things about not having an address. That's the crazy thing is like, people are always like, the homeless people, they just need to get a job. I mean, people want to hire them, go get work and stuff. But there are so many steps to getting a job.
Yeah.
A car.
At the DMV?
An address. You have to, there's so many things. Like an address
Driver's
is one
license.
of those things, dude. They cripple you if you don't have an address. Like, it's a really big thing, like, if you don't have an address. Dude, you always have to provide, not a P.O. box, but an address to get anything nowadays.
Yeah.
But we're working the system. We still use our own address. So.
Yeah. Okay, so that is like a thing where I was like thinking about. Besides that, what are the biggest worries for you future-wise? Like, do you have anything where you're worried about or you kind of feel like comfortable? What is your view right now? Or you're just like in the moment?
No, I mean, I'm a worrier for sure. I always worry. I'm always thinking ahead.
I mean, my biggest worry is like anything happening to the van, like a car accident, like nobody... You have a home and it's like, oh, we have a leak or the roof needs to be redone. I'm taking my home out in public every day to drive to work. Yeah. And by the way, if you're not from Florida or Tampa, the way people drive here is literally unhinged. Mm-hmm. You have elderly retired people that should have their license revoked. Sorry to be ageist. Then you have like crazy people that I just don't know. It's just a Florida thing. Like there's no such thing as a turn signal.
Yeah.
So people will just cut you off. And I'm in a 19-foot passenger van, and I'm like, hey, buddy, like I can't stop. So I guess I'm just gonna plow through you.
Yeah. Yeah. But on the positive sides, you have like a bucket list of like things you would like to do. You know, like if I would have a van right now, I probably would hit up north to the Springs, you know, like 2 hours north, go to Jenny Springs, whatever, and do like the whole Florida thing. What is on here too?
We would love to get out west.
Yeah.
We would love to take a trip out west, hit the Grand Canyon. There's multiple places.
Yeah, I just want to do like all the classic road trip shit. But last weekend or 2 weekends ago, we went to see our friends in Orlando, and then we went mudding, and then we went to the beach, and we went to New Smyrna, which is where I grew up going to the beach. So it's kind of nostalgic. But we took the van out onto the beach because it has the mud tires, and we like. For the first time ever, like pulled out the lanai, and like it was that was the first real like luxury thing we got to do.
The van's always been practical. This was a little bit more luxury, but we would love our dream is like we would love to be able to get to a place where we can just make content, get brand deals,
and be more remote,
and then put more effort into our content because we're not both working every day. Instead, we're making content.
Well, here with your job. like
I could do remote.
No, you were able to do remote, but your job description keeps changing.
It does.
But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. His
I don't know why they like me there, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird.
No, but you're very humble. Andrew's very intelligent. He's very good at what he does. He says less and does more behind the scenes. He's a very intelligent person. So he's kind of like, I'm like the crazy like face of everything, and I'm just doing crazy shit. But who do I go to first before I send out an email? Who do I go to first before I'm like, hey, what's our next business move? Like we're not just like a couple, like we literally are like business partners. And like, I really trust his like professional opinion on things, but then I feel like I have more of the creative side.
She does, 100%. That's why you don't see me on here much.
So on that note, like living in a van, that's a very tight space. What are the things you guys miss, and how is the whole relationship kind of sort of living that close?
That's good.
Yeah. If you want to go into it, I don't know.
Yeah.
We will. That's a good question. Do you want me to answer that?
You can answer first.
Are there different answers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so if you're doing van life full time and you don't have a job, so we're metropolitan, so we still work in the city and go to work.
Urban van life.
Yeah, urban van life. So we still work in the city, and we are separated from each other the majority of the day. So when we do get to connect, we look forward to that. At the same time, you're in such close quarters that there are going to be things where you annoy each other.
Yeah.
She's particular, I'm particular. She has her own particular things, I have my own particular things. So you're going to like, it's going to be that way. But also your intimacy is going to be affected a little bit. I'm going to be honest. Somebody asked today about that, but
what happened today? Now I'm very curious.
You gotta watch the video.
Somebody asked about our sex life.
I trolled them so hard though. It was so funny.
So we make room and time for that. We just get creative. It's fine. But that being said, there are definitely some things that are. Like you didn't realize that they were conveniences until they're not convenience.
Remember the one time you were sleeping in because it was the weekend and I had diarrhea really bad. So I took out the garbage can and double lined it with shopping bags.
While I'm in the car.
I shit right next to you while you're sleeping.
Any other time that would have never happened. But because we're living in a van and she has to go like pronto.
I have some digestive problems.
She does have some stomach issues. So you learn, that's how you know you love each other. You know, if you can deal with that, then you can pretty much deal with anything. So there are definitely things that will push your buttons, but
here's
that's what I'm saying. If you're a couple and you are not best friends and you don't love each other and you're not like committed till the end, it's probably not going to work for you. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of want to talk about that because like when you're like dating and you just move in together for the first time, you know, this is like the next level extreme. Let's move in together in like a tiny pot or whatever you want to call it, you know, because of that. Do you feel like more connected now or?
Or
you're just like, okay, we kind of need to figure out that sort of situation.
So I was an exotic dancer when I met Andrew, and he was a pastor. Yeah. So he was
That's also very interesting.
Yeah. So we met each other in a very like vulnerable time in our lives. I was very unhappy in my relationship. He was very unhappy in his relationship.
I was just looking to hide out somewhere where I wouldn't see parishioners. Yeah. And I could get drunk and forget about my life. And,
so we
didn't plan any of this.
We saw like the worst parts of each other and the best parts of each other very early on. And I don't know. It sounds lame when I talk about this shit. Like we just really had a connection and we were like very close to each other, like very quickly. And like the first 3 months of knowing each other, like we didn't have like a physical relationship. We were just talking because
we would stay up till like freaking 4 or 5 in the morning, just sitting out on the lawn chairs talking.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't about like, it wasn't intimate. Like, well, it was intimate, but it wasn't sexual.
Sexual.
Yeah. Forgot we can say it on here. But anyways, it wasn't like we became best friends before we became the other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've been through it, man. We've...
we went through his divorce. We dealt with both of our families being the type of way that they are. Like, we've always... I think Andrew and I, the one thing we hold most highly respected is like being genuine and being honest. And so that's all we expect from each other. So for us, this really was just
this
like...
wasn't really a big transition.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty.
Like, that's literally the screen name, dude. Like, alrighty then, we're living in a van now, whatever.
It just really wasn't a big transition, I don't think, for us. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I mean, in certain ways, yes, but relationally, I don't think it's been.
No.
To be honest, I feel like we fight less.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what I said. I did another podcast, and that was my biggest observation. When we were in the rental, it was always like a day late, $1 short. How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to afford all these bills? And I think most of us fighting was finances.
Finance related.
Right? And he was stressed out and I was stressed out. And like,
we fight less in the van.
We definitely fight less.
We've only
had
one blowout.
No. We've had one blowout fight
in 5 months.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for us.
Because
we're very raw and we will.
And when I say we have a blowout fight, like,
well, what I mean,
we're wild, bro.
So we're passionate people. Relationally, we're passionate people. So for us to have one blowout fight in 5 months, that's pretty good.
That's good.
That's fucking good.
But I really suggest stop being passive aggressive in your relationship and just be aggressive. Like if you want to throw that drink, throw that drink. Like if you want
you could also talk it out. That would be my recommendation.
No. There's no time for that because that doesn't work.
No time.
Throw elbows, throw hands. Like if you want to like punch a hole in the wall, because you need to get it out. And then when you calm down, you're like, damn man, I'm sorry, bro. And then we go fishing afterwards.
Kudos to Kyla. I am a passive aggressive person by nature for sure.
Oh, I hate it.
And you know what? She pushes me not to be that, and that has helped our relationship so much because we have to deal with stuff.
I hate passive aggressive people.
But I won't do that for days. I'll normally the next day I normally.
But I'm just like, what's good? Are you upset or what? Are we fighting or what? Like I hate passive aggressive shit, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather just like duke it out, like talk it out, but really it's like very aggressive talking. But it's like
I saw some of your stories where you're just like putting people on blast.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I would have never done such a thing.
Can I steal some ice from you?
Yeah, 100%.
How dare you?
Drink anything. Like we're
just gonna grab some ice real quick.
Small.
How dare you?
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, like I said, you're like a very raw character, and I think like that really helps you with like algorithm engagement. What is the whole situation right now? You said like it would be a goal to make a living off like creating content. How far are you from that?
So someone just asked me today, and I didn't post it yet because I'm batching my content.
Yeah.
You'll see it tomorrow. I made it today, but you'll see it tomorrow. But so someone's like, oh, now that you have this many followers, like, are you just making a bunch of money on TikTok? So I do make money off the creator fund, but TikTok only pays like 5 cents per 1,000 views, which is like not a lot. Unless you're like a huge creator where you have 1 million views, 300,000 views, whatever. So Andrew still has a regular job. I still have a regular job. And then I also do contracted work for performing and aerial stuff, whatever. I still do what I love.
Yeah. So,
oh yeah, brand deals. So here's the thing. I want to do YouTube. I want to make money on YouTube. I will do that. Don't worry. I will do it. But what I've noticed, what I've been shown, you can make so much money with these brands as an influencer. So like, I'm literally talking to people. I'm going to be really honest on here. I'm talking to people right now about marketing their brand, promoting their brand, making videos about their brand. And like for a few videos, I'm talking about $2,500 plus, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, whatever, sorry, white labeling, which would be a percentage.
What is white labeling? I never hear that.
Oh, dude, I don't think I'm supposed to say this.
Yeah, then don't say it.
No, fuck them. So yeah, so basically like white labeling would be like this brand has like not ownership, but like they're renting ownership over your content, and then they can use it on their content.
Yeah,
so like
licensing.
licensing. So it's like you can pay for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
So wait a second. So what do they want to buy? Like, did they tell you should do
So they're going to pay me to make content. They're going to pay me to make TikTok videos about their brand.
Yeah.
And then if they want white labeling where they can take my content and use it for whatever they want, you're going to pay a percentage of the initial fee. Yeah. So I'm looking at thousands of dollars for just literally a couple TikTok videos. So it's like I'm not making that money currently, but it is definitely happening. Yeah. But I would say if you're a TikToker, if you're trying to make money, there's a few TikTokers doing what I'm doing that blew up way faster than me, and like I don't see them doing anything with it, and I'm just like, dude, like I don't want you to like find a manager or find like a social media marketing company that's going to take advantage of you. I just got really lucky and met someone that like is in that realm and really taught me a lot very quickly and like saved my ass. And we have contracts, we have stipulations. Like this is a business. This is still a business, right? So like you're gonna pay me this amount within a certain amount of time, and I'm only gonna do so many revisions. Like this is all stipulate. I'm not doing, oh, you don't like this video, so I have to remake it 12 times. Nah, dude.
People are like really weird. Like you got to be kind of careful with that type of stuff, and you have to also be very real. Like I usually just recommend if you do like a sponsored video or whatever, just stuff that you believe in, because like
you have to do stuff you believe in.
You only have one name, you know. And so that some people, they don't think about that, and they're just new to it, and they're just like, oh, there's a brand deal, I'll do them all, and then you kind of like screw.
Fake, dude. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, so you kind of have to be real, and I think like when I saw you guys are blowing up, I'm just like, okay, you probably just stumbled on this, but some people try to get that, and you can make. The internet is crazy. You can make a shit ton of money. You even if you don't make money, you can make still like a lot of like tangible like products. For example, you can get products, you can get free stays, and all sorts of things. Like it's crazy. So, but most people have to learn all those things. So it's kind of good to get like a manager or something like that. But they usually will take advantage. That is like one of the big things.
The nice thing is it's a friend that she is. Worked with and also does aerial.
Someone said, "Girl, you need to take a Benadryl, bro. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital after this."
Look at me, baby. Let me see.
I'm fine. I feel great.
Yeah,
I feel great.
And here we see it choking on a podcast.
No, you're okay. It's not as bad as it's been. It's been worse.
So do you have any allergies, like in general? Like
I'm sure she does.
Like, I don't really have health insurance, so we just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. He got health insurance.
How?
No, dude, his job is amazing. His health insurance is free and he has full coverage. But then if I got on his plan, it'd be $800 a month.
Her was $880 a month.
Okay, but listen, guys, when I start doing good on TikTok, I'm going to get my own health insurance for like $220 a month. And then I'm going to stop having my throat close up. And it's going to be really chill.
Well, help us out. Share videos.
Stop.
No, what you should do is promote your YouTube channel so you can stop posting there. I sent you.
I know. I need to get on YouTube. I saw that guy. That's insane.
Fitz has been trying to get us on YouTube, and we need to. We just have not had the time. Have you checked out
his story? He blew up. Like he blew up on TikTok, and then he transferred.
It's insane.
And then he's like, okay, I'm verified on YouTube in like a month.
That is insane.
Crazy. Yeah, because TikTok is kind of trash, like in my opinion, like for like getting paid, because they take
their creator fund. Their creator fund is not what's going to make you money.
Yeah, so it's demonetize this TikTok, but
well, that is like the thing. Like you want to be like not reliant on any social media, because like I had that happen to me. Like in the beginning, started my YouTube channel, and I'm basically made my first $100. I'm like, whoa, I made $100 with YouTube.
That's crazy.
And I had 200 subs, and made like
What?
$1,000, and it makes no sense. But back in the day, it was pay-per-view kind of. So 1,000 views, you get like this much money, and I achieved that. But then because everything is managed by an algorithm, I got like detected for something, and I didn't do anything, and my channel got banned. And I'm like,
oh no.
On that note, if you get banned on YouTube is Google, and Google can ban you from a whole lot of services, and they ban you
You're
from
done.
all of them.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And I'm just like, I had to put like, try to get a manager or somebody to like basically unban me because I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But everything is automated.
That's
so it's
crazy,
like,
dude.
yeah, so have all your things like
that.
in different baskets. Like,
well, we're definitely going to get banned on YouTube.
Yeah, or TikTok or whatever. And you don't know what is the next thing, you know?
We've had a couple of videos that people have, I don't know, reported or something's happened.
Yeah, I had a few videos. I don't even
You fought them. Most of them you got back.
Yeah, I got them back. And then, like, there's been a few things on live where I'm like, babe, you can't do that. And Andrew's like, fuck it, I can do whatever I want. And I'm like,
this is a free country.
but like, babe, you're really, I love the anarchist sentiment, and I'm totally about it. But it will fuck with our money and potential to make money.
I think I've been better.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Soup.
What up, Aunt Soup? What are you guys doing tonight?
I have
I'm
to
so
pee
glad you guys are
again.
here.
God.
Just do your pee thing.
I need to just bring the sheet.
Me and Fitzy will hang out. I know. We should bring the Sheeby.
Yeah, so on that note, what are the videos that gets you banned, and what are the videos that you think are the best ones or best performing ones? I want to hear what's good, what's bad.
Banned, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. Banned is weird because like it's random. And there's only been like 2 or 3 videos I think that got banned, but she got them back. Videos that do well is us basically documenting our everyday life in terms of like, for instance, just the other night. So it was like, oh, we're gonna set up the generator, like our nightly routine. We're just gonna document our nightly routine, how we set up the generator, eat dinner, watch TV, set up the lights, and everything else. Those videos do well. We need to do more of those. She does a lot of response videos, and sometimes those will do well. But we need to do more like, almost like you said, how-tos.
Yeah.
It's not how-to, but it's still like documenting.
Informative,
it's informative.
value.
Like, this is what we do, and this is how it goes, and this is. So like tonight, when we leave here, we're gonna record us going to the gym and taking showers. I mean, it's not gonna be, I mean, it'll still be PG, but we'll show you how it all fleshes out. But it's exactly what happens, how we do this.
Yeah.
So there's like basically like. Life experience stuff,
yeah. On that note, you mentioned like just chilling down. What do you do when you want to chill out in the van? Like, you guys have like some hobbies or stuff. What is your fun things, you know?
We love to fish, and we've not been able to do that as of now because before we did not have a generator. We can't just leave our dog in the car, and our dog is sometimes annoying out in public. So we now have a generator. So like this weekend, we're probably
we didn't even tell them the controversial
We're probably going to go fishing because we can set the generator up, run it. He can be in the AC in the car because we can't leave him like that during the day. We don't.
No.
But if we set up the generator, what other thing?
I got that motherfucker.
I hear her swearing.
We're not. We don't.
No, tell me.
What is the story? You can if you want to, but you don't have to.
Well, yeah. So our dog is very obnoxious out in public, meaning he's good with people, bad with pets. So, and when she's with him 24/7, it's like, dude, he'll wear her out. Like he's
Dude,
intense.
I try to go to a coffee shop and I'm just on my laptop. This motherfucker has jumped over a coffee table to go attack another dog, and I'm like, bro, we can't act like this in public, dude. And like, he's a rescue, I get it, like his life was hard, but honestly, I ordered a $35 e-collar off Amazon because I was desperate, and that shit works, dude. He literally day one. So there's an audio setting which is used. That's like
how you use it, because you really don't shock him. I don't shock him.
So there's an audio setting, a vibration setting, and a shock setting. The audio setting is meant as a clicker to be like so good. Hate on this keep commenting, bitch. And so
the game is on.
Yeah. So like the audio setting is like a clicker, like is a good boy, like positive reinforcement. Then the vibration, there's 1 to 8, and so that's like, hey bro, keep it together. Check it. And then the shock setting goes from 1 to 16. I have only used level 5 for shock, and so
like 3 times.
Yeah, so like he'll bark at jet skis, boats,
only if he's attacking
anything. So like if he's barking at something, I do the vibrate setting like, hey dude, chill.
That sets him right.
Yeah, I'm like, hey dude, chill the fuck out. Everything's fine. And he's like, oh shit.
Do you have that video that you posted, like you sent me, where he was at Courtney's house with the cat?
Yeah. So
It's
remember how I
insane.
told you he would like kill your cats? So
he killed the cat.
No. So it was the first day I got a shot collar. I walked him around her neighborhood for hours using it, like sit, stay, come, and he was listening.
For a second with the fog. I was like, "Is it burning?"
Oh my god!
Sorry,
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I was just like, it came from there. I'm just like, wait.
Everything's on fire.
Batteries on fire.
Oh shit!
You see, it's like right this corner. You know, it's all good though.
I'm sorry.
So
what's with the cat?
So I was like walking him around her neighborhood as soon as I got it, and I was like, let's just
She's
try
at
it
a friend's
out.
house.
So normally he goes wild with her cat. I opened up her front door. The cat was on the bed. Gunner was on the patio. And this dude has almost broken down her French doors. Like he's he's 80 pounds. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I don't know if this is gonna work. So he sees the cat and I do the vibration setting and I'm like, Gunner, sit. And he just sits there.
Yeah.
And the cat's on the bed. And like he like lays down and he's just like, the door is open. The door is open.
He's looking at
Literally,
the cat.
He's looking at the cat.
Normally
and
he
he's
would
just sitting
lunge
there.
and go crazy, but because of this, he keeps himself in check.
It's a strong instinct for
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Like now we can go out to eat somewhere and if another dog walks by, because he likes little dogs, which is scary for people, but like he's
good with little dogs.
Yeah, he's good with little dogs, but he hates other big dogs. Is like challenging his dominance.
Yeah.
So like the other day he would normally pull and be crazy, knock the table over, be a wild man. And like I did the vibration, like Gunner, don't do it. And then the dog walked so close to us. Cause in St. Pete, like if you're doing cafe style seating, it's very close quarters. And like Gunner couldn't control himself. He got up. And so I just did level 5 zap. That motherfucker, he stopped himself and sat back down, and I did that little beep and I was like, good boy. And that shit works. So I really don't care if people like it or not, because it's either that or my dog will kill your dog.
Also, my dog has a high pain tolerance. He's fine.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys have not checked it out yet, go check out.
Yeah, I told them, I keep texting it.
Create Before Consume.
Yeah,
go
if you
check
want to
out
see the full live, it's way better on there.
Go follow.
I don't know if it's better because like we're running in like technical difficulties. Something is cursed currently.
No.
Usually no issues, you know.
That's because we're here.
Yeah, but
we
I
are
mean,
cursed.
learning experience, and it's your guys' second podcast.
It is. We did one last night.
Yeah.
No.
It's
It's your second podcast. It's
Correct.
my third.
Yeah.
I did like a Zoom because he wasn't in
I'm
it.
talking about with him.
Yeah.
It's,
What I really like is you guys are really down to earth, because like on the one side, you have a lot of views, you know. Some people get really like a stick in the ass and they're like, I'm better than you know, I'm an influencer, you know. And those people, when they get big, they are the worst people, you know. And then there's people you wish they would become big and they don't become big because like they're too humble, they're too nice, they're too afraid to say something, even if they should say something, you know. It's like
You have to be business. You have to be business savvy. I think it's very hard for creative people to have a business mind, and that's what's so good with us. Is I'm the creative person. Andrew has the business mind, the sales mind.
So do you, baby.
Ever since I've been with you, even before we started doing TikTok, even for my own business, like my aerial performing business, you taught me so much about business and sales and like the art of negotiation, like.
You're a serious negotiator right now. You're better than I am, dude. If
she bites down, it sounds like I'm like, okay,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. When people reach out to her for like gigs and stuff, I'm like, baby, you should just take that. And she's like, no. She's like, well, I'm only doing it for this amount. And I'm like, oh shit. And then she gets it. She always negotiates way more. Yeah. She's better at business than I am, I'll be honest with you. Like she knows what she's doing.
Talking about that, like how you feel about
Hold on,
like,
Aunt Soup said absolutely. Our peeps right here are real.
They are very real.
Aunt Soup.
Yeah, on that note though, because like you have that aerial stuff and it doesn't really mix well with the camping kind of realness because like it's less professional. And
how dare you?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like the Polish, like, oh, this is a beautiful performance, and he has like shit in a bucket. You know, that like it's the two opposites, you know. how you feel like? Would you like to create more of the polished kind of sort of aerial stuff and just fade that out, or you want to keep both?
No, I do both. I do both.
Yeah, you post on there and you still get way more views.
Okay, when
Instagram.
I started TikTok a little bit before I ever did van life, and I tried to do my aerial stuff. It did terrible because nobody gives a shit. Like so in St. Pete, fire performers and aerialists are really popular, and a lot of them do stuff for cheap or for free. Literally, straight up, fuck them. A lot of them are like rich kids or have like a rich baby daddy, and they just want like attention. Literally, suck my metaphorical peni. So someone like myself, who has been dancing since I was 3 and went to a ballet conservatory, and like I just have a respect for the art form, and there is money to be made, especially like St. Pete, Tampa. There's so much money here, so like people can afford to hire us. But there's artists that will do it for super cheap because they just want the attention.
That's the market in general.
So I think my whole thing is like, do I worry about like people at the gym that I teach at, or people that might hire me for aerial seeing my TikTok? Not really, because like I'm not trying to really work with like stuffy ass people. Like I want to work.
Those are the worst people.
Yeah, like they're the worst clients.
It's almost like you're weeding
and they're
them out.
so cheap. My best highest paying clients have been crazy wilderness redneck people. Like
Think about that one girl you did the birthday party for.
I did a birthday party out in the middle of nowhere, bro. And
that's so sketchy as hell.
Yeah, they paid me cash. They had guns, and they also had an RV that they let us use as their green room.
Well, now you're mixing the two. There's two different, but yes, both of those did have. But there was one place we showed up to in the middle of nowhere.
That was a different place.
I'm talking about, but when the ones with guns.
Well, whatever.
We showed up and we had to sign a contract. Well, Kyla had a contract printed up so that they could sign it before we did anything. Yeah. We walked into their home. This is out in the middle of boondocks. And literally,
how dare you?
I love it. We walked in, and on there, it was a table like this right here.
Automatic weapons.
A table like this.
AKs, dude.
And there were AKs, every gun
ammo,
you can think of sitting on the table.
And like, it's 30 minutes to the nearest gas station.
And it's like me and all these dudes. So like, there's no way I'm protecting them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any.
Even if you have a weapon, if there's 2 people with a weapon, you got to be like very fast.
They just, all their guns were sitting on the table.
Dude, they were so chill. They were so nice. They paid us cash. They tipped us. And then like I work in South Tampa for like other companies, and I go to these mansions. I'm not trying to make a generalization. I'm just saying like more times than not. Dude, these clients are assholes. They are so rude. They are so derogatory. They treat me like the help. They act like they're better than me. And like, oh, can I have a green room? No, we don't want you upstairs. I'm trying to steal your shit. I don't want a Louis Vuitton. I think it's tacky, quite frankly. But live your life, bitch. But so, to answer your question, sorry, this was very long-winded. I'm not that worried about it. No. I'm not that worried about it. I do what I do. If you want to hire me to do aerial, hire me to do aerial. But if not...
Yeah, where would they hire you? Give a shout out to your Instagram, whatever.
Okay, so, I mean, my Instagram is also alrighty then. You can just DM me whatever for...
6 eyes.
My actual company is like KLK Entertainment. But just DM me wherever. I also have a website. But... If you want to hire like fire performers, stilt walkers, aerialists for your birthday party, nightclub, restaurant, private event, I do music festivals. I show up, I do it right. I have insurance. I make costumes. We keep it chill. You just gotta pay me. That's all. I mean, you just gotta pay me.
That's the minimum.
Like I ain't doing it for free.
Compensated, correct.
Yeah. I like that. On that note, like I said, like you're very real and like, yeah, that is like the whole flow. Like that's what I like about your content, and I think you guys will go very far in the future, and it has great potential. Like obviously, I hope. No, 100%. Like if you put the work in, and you don't stop or get like kind of lazy, because I mentioned it yesterday.
I know you did.
I know. Good point. Yeah, I know a couple of YouTubers. They did daily. They
slacked off.
Yeah, they put the work in, and they worked like for 2 years, and then it started paying off. Like they gained like a couple subscribers, more and more and more, and then they got like money coming in, and it's like if it climbs, you get used to it. Even you get used to the climb of the money. Like, oh, now I'm getting paid 100. Now I'm getting paid 200. It's still not enough maybe for like the bills. But if you keep on doing it, 200 will become 2,000 and whatever. But you get used to it, and then you're like, it's not worth it, and you stop. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, it was worth it.
No, that's good.
And you want to pick it back up, but then you broke the habit.
That's good.
Never broke the habit. Never break a habit.
You gotta stay consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, we're committed to this. We would love to just be able to travel and produce content, and only, if anything, not minimize but maximize our content. Like we would.
Yeah, I want to start doing YouTube.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, eventually, yeah. I would like for my Instagram to do well, but I don't know. I think what has done well for us is just hard to monetize on Instagram. So like I just mainly do my performance stuff over there.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving up. Like I said, I do at least 5 TikTok videos a day. It's very rare that I give up on that, and I batch my content. I'm really,
if anything, in terms of laziness, maybe the only lazy thing we do is sometimes, instead of creating a storyline like we did last night with making a video when we set up the generator and all that, you'll do like a response video or something.
I rely on,
it's still content. I'm just saying it's less effort.
I'll rely on response. Oh, that's another thing. Some of my followers and some of the
Country
people,
Girls Whistle Live.
There's a few people I really respect on here, and
shout outs, give them.
No, I won't, because I'm about to give a critique. They are very interesting. Their lifestyle is very interesting, and I think they're very sweet, genuine people, but all they do is response videos. So be very careful about only doing response videos. We want to see your life. We want to know more about you.
Yeah, we want to see the daily
and I struggle with that too. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, fuck it, I could just do 3 videos right now on responses, which is good. Like it adds value. But
tomorrow we should do a teardown video, what we do in the mornings.
On that note, like it's kind of weird, like coming from a videographer's perspective, you know, all our content is like planned, highly polished, and you're like, oh yeah, 1 video in 2 weeks, for example. Like you do a wedding video, you want to sit there, you do the whole thing, you take your time, you go really into the details, and then you hear like, oh yeah, I'm doing 3 videos a day. And you know, what do you think about the whole like, you know Jonathan, you know like
John.
Yeah, you know all those people.
Dude, he did the video for my website. No, he's very talented. Yeah. He's very talented, and I think it's like a really weird situation now.
Rewarded.
No, it's a weird situation now where like you and John and these people are such talented photographers and videographers, and you put so much time and effort into editing content, which it still holds its value. Like I want to pay people to do my website videos. I want to pay people to do my video reels. I want to pay people to do my YouTube intro. You know, like that's something I would pay for. But when you're making content on TikTok, when you're making content on Instagram, it's like, I gotta bust this shit out. I can't financially afford it. So like, I don't know if like guys like you are doing like social media packages where it's like condensed content for cheaper or what?
So here's the thing, like I see like a lot of like real estate agents, and they do like on that note, I was like Kokuna Key Island, whatever.
Yeah, Kokina.
Where you guys moved out. You guys moved out, and I'm like got a gig there, and I'm basically filming the apartment next door for $420,000.
That's insane.
Doing a cinematic like B-roll real estate video, and I'm just like, they just moved out here and you guys walk through and this is our old house or apartment, you know. And I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute, I was there. What? Yeah, you know, and
that's
I felt
so
weird.
Crazy.
But like for real estate people, they do their own TikToks now, and I'm just like, they perform better sometimes than a polished thing. So I feel like I should change my mindset and create faster content and more creative,
more content,
raw content,
raw versus more, like polished,
and like quantity. Like you should put out a lot.
So it's like it's really
on TikTok at least.
Yeah. So I'm feeling like that job kind of will be disappearing because like it's everybody got a phone. Everybody's doing the stories.
I don't think it's disappearing. I think that there will always be a time and a place for professional photography and videography. Absolutely, that's going to continue to happen. I just think people in your career, you just need to just get more low key. Just get your phone out. I know that you guys have all the gear. Look at this place. You guys have all the gear, all the nice shit. And like, I get it, and it's nice, and you're not wrong. Well, live stream, do your thing.
But the rewards are like kind of weird, Like, let's say if I would do like your TikTok, for example, and I would bust out, high quality videos, they would probably not perform as well as a raw, like let's talk some real stuff.
You have to let people into the interesting parts of your life.
Yeah.
You have an interesting part. Well, you're from Germany, right?
Yeah.
You should maximize the interesting parts of your life. Moving here, the things that you experience that are different, the contrast between here and Germany. Those things are what people want to listen to. They want to know like your life.
That is like the weird thing, like, because on the one side, I kind of don't want to make content about like stuff I don't care, but I know it would go really well because
other
I'm
people
like,
care.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know they care, but
I know I know.
It's like
you're not passionate about it. You're not passionate.
Yeah, and then I basically cock block myself with not.
But I told
content.
you a lot of the stuff that I don't care about does so good.
Exactly.
Wait,
and I'm like, this is what they want to see.
But Fitz, why don't? So you don't care about the contrast between here and Germany or those kind of things?
So
it's not interesting to you?
Not at all. Like I'm weird.
If I ask you about it, like it's not like interesting to talk about.
No, not
really.
So my girl Rachel, she wants to talk German. She wants to go to Germany. She wants to do all those like.
Rachel is so sweet.
Now Rachel needs to be involved in. Yeah, maybe you should use her.
I told her, and I'm like, I will do stuff with you, and we can do a German theme, but she doesn't care about the video aspect, So it's like it's not. I'm like, I want to make like a living off the whole online thing, but it's so hard to do. But I know all the ways how to do it. I just need the following. But it's like
it's not something you're passionate about.
Yeah, so it's like. Also will not give any rewards because it's not real. So you have to have a real hobby, a real passion.
So are you doing reviews?
Yeah, I do like e-bike reviews, vlogs, gear stuff.
Yeah, I saw the gear stuff you do.
Like the bike, what you saw in the weird one, I got for free, And I'm like, I have knee issues, and I'm like, okay, like the Street Strider, that's like a good thing.
Are you on TikTok?
Didn't do it. I tried. I dabble.
You should dive more into that with those kind of things.
Yeah, so I'm just like... On the one side, I feel like it has to be more work, and I shouldn't think about the things I love or like, and just do whatever comes to my mind.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel you on that. Like, because we post content that we are excited about still. Like it's like our life.
Yeah, excitement versus work. I'm like. And I barely get excited.
People can tell when it's not real. People can tell when it's strained. And I think what does so good on social media now, people don't really watch TV as much anymore.
Yeah, people don't even have a TV.
Dude.
You guys have a TV.
I have a TV. I know.
I
live in a van and I have a TV, and this motherfucker doesn't have a TV. No, but like.
Yeah.
No, but like, here's the thing. All I do is listen to podcasts.
Yeah. What's your favorite podcast? Like Joe Rogan? I don't know.
Yeah, so it's probably pretty weird. So like my most listened to podcast is probably Joe Rogan. I also really like The Skeptic Tank by Ari Shaffir. Okay. I love stand-up comedy. If y'all want to know my personal life, and my hobbies, I love stand-up comedy, dude. Yeah. I love stand-up comedy. I love the controversy. I love like.
Did you hear or saw the story with like Dave Chappelle getting tackled?
Yeah.
And it's like what the fuck, But the first thing on stage, all the comedians, well, this guy Will Smith me,
Oh my
I'm just
God,
like,
dude.
they even made fun of the whole situation, and I'm like, I like that, It's like such a positive thing, My humor is a little bit dark, so I cannot really do that.
No, my humor's dark. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm German. I'm just saying it's getting dark.
No, what do you mean, dude? Like here's the thing. If you find a way to be honest, embrace yourself.
Yeah.
But you still have some type of a niche where people are interested. Like people are interested in the van life. And it's like, I'm still me. I'm still weird. I still do so much weird, fucked up shit on my account, right? But I also still talk about the housing crisis. Really pisses me off. Like I really like, dude, I posted a video a few months ago when our housing committee in St. Pete voted against an emergency housing crisis and voted against emergency rent control. I literally posted a video showing their names and faces on my TikTok. And I was like, I'm not starting a coup. I'm not starting a revolt. I'm just saying, here are the people. Here's the people we elected. And here's all of their information because it's public knowledge. And I think there's something really powerful about that. And like, is it cool to make money off social media? Sure. But there's something about me where I'm like, bro, fuck the money. I want things to change. Yeah, like there's something about me where I'm like, you're not going to be able to pay me to shut up though. Like, is it cool to make money offline? Absolutely. But for me, I don't think I'll ever be able to have someone be like, hey, we're going to pay you. You just have to stop talking about this. And I'm like, nah, dude, nah. Like, you're not going to pay me to shut up. I'm going to keep saying what I'm saying.
But that is a weird thing because, like, on the one side, after you get your first sponsored, you know, like, if you get your first sponsored gig, you're just like, oh, now I got something really nice. And I want to say good things. That's like your first instinct. Now I have to deliver because now I have to do the thing. And that's the first thing that comes into your head. And then you're just like, but I want to be honest. And I want to say the things. You know,
don't be a sellout.
Exactly.
Don't be a sellout.
We can't help it. We're not going to do that.
But that is the thing, like, you kind of have to have, like, good core values. And if you lose them, it's not good. Yeah.
No, there's a few brands. So there
what would be your dream brands? Like, who should reach out to you? Like, what would be interesting for you? Like...
So, okay,
what do you like?
We love fishing. We love camping. So, like, hammocks, fucking pin reels... I don't know, like Dodge. This is my second Dodge that I've had. I really love Dodge vehicles. I love, dude, my Honda Pilot. I made a video about the Honda Pilot dying, and people cried. I cried making that video, and everyone was like, I had followers tagging Honda, being like, Honda, send them a new Pilot. Like, I love Honda. I grew up driving Hondas, and I'm just like, damn, man, like there's certain things that really made an impact on my life. But let me tell you something. There was a certain brand recently that a lot of van lifers use.
Get really close to the microphone. Try it, but don't be too loud.
Don't yell.
There's a lot of van lifers recently that there's a brand that a lot of them like to promote. So I done reached out to them, and they said, "Oh, you have to have 50,000 followers." And I said, "Well, that's real weird because I sent you my media kit where I have double that, sweetheart." And like, "Oh no, we meant your video viewing average." I was like, "All right, sounds like a lot of bullshit. All right, have a great day." And like, I see other people that promote them that have less followers than me. And then someone just yesterday was like, "Why don't you work with this brand? Like, they love van life people." And I was like, "They don't love me, sweetheart." And I'm like, it's all good.
They want the polished.
Because the people that they promote aren't political, aren't polished, don't show what it's really like. And I'm not trying to support brands like that. I'm not trying to support people that are, you're the corporate consumeristic hellscape that I don't fucking like. So have a good one, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. On another note, Fitz, if you did a fucking video about that boudet on TikTok.
I think it's a bit.
Did you use it? Have you used it?
No, I was thinking about it.
You gotta put the pressure on.
I was a little nervous to use it.
Oh my God.
Just don't use it.
I've never used one before, and I'm a little nervous to try it out. I mean,
if you pee, don't use it.
No.
Only by pooping.
Yeah, by pooping. I didn't poop in there, but I still...
You did poop in there?
No, I did not poop in there, but... I'm sure you probably need.
We should get a van life bidet where you're just like outside your van and it's just shooting water from like.
It's like our outside shower.
Yeah,
we do need a video with that too.
On that note, what are the things that you need into your van? You know?
Oh yeah, what do we need in our van?
Yeah, like what would make life nice?
We need a power bank, like just like a.
I need like a Blue Yeti.
Blue Yeti. Yeah.
Yo,
what is a Blue Yeti? Like
Blue
Yeti.
A Blue Yeti is a solar battery pack. Like,
well, that has to be solar. No, it's just like a battery pack. It's like our Hulkman, but like on steroids.
Yeah, so we have a Hulkman, which is nice, and it can jumpstart your car. It's like
Hulkman, reach out to us. We've been trying to talk to you.
Hulkman, I've reached out to you twice now, sweetheart, and I understand if you don't like me pooping in the bag and showing that, but I will sell your product. People that watch me will buy your product. So it's like a Hulkman. It's like this big, dude, and like it'll charge your phone, your e-cig, your fan, whatever you need to charge, and it comes with jumper cables. It will jump start your car.
Wait a second, somebody needs electric help?
And so what's the other thing? Yeah, like I would like a solar generator company to promote me because I would.
Generac, we've been promoting you hard already.
Generac,
so help a brother out.
Generac, we really love you. We really love your generator. It's really been working good.
It got rained on and still functions, which is crazy. The other night, so we were running our generator. We always check the forecast the night before because I'm like, you can't run that generator in the rain. And we woke up at like 2 a.m. Kyla woke up at 2 a.m. She's like, she's like, baby. I was like, what? She's like, it's raining. It rained. And so I don't know how long it rained, but literally our generator got rained on. And that's a big no-no, dude.
Yeah, you got to put some tape over it or like... Well, so the whole generator thing, we talked about it yesterday, but how do you deal with that? What is your whole like crime situation? You know, I would worry, you know...
I just made a video today about it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Our AC unit is running off of that generator, meaning it's very loud inside. Like you hear the AC unit. If the AC unit were to kick off like it has when our generator ran out of gas, you wake up immediately like that.
If you live in Florida and it's 80 degrees plus, you're going to wake up when the AC kicks off. I have an 80 plus pound American Bulldog pit mix.
He's aware
Last
of everything.
night, someone was walking by our van. He was
jumped up, let us know.
Very quick to bark and let us know someone was by the van. We also have the generator locked up to our tow hitch. Plus, you have your 30 amp hookup connected locked into the generator and screwed into your van. So plus our generator's 100 pounds.
There's no way if somebody is able to get away with that.
Walking towards the van, unhooking our power. Let me tell you something,
we don't
buddy.
Wake up.
Let me tell you something, buddy. We were both born and raised in Florida, and we got a shit bowl. If you want to steal this generator, you better pack a lunch, like my grandma used to say. You better pack a lunch.
You better be ready because we have multiple security systems that will alert us.
Well, no,
and
babe,
also
that's what people were commenting. Like, what if they steal it? And I'm like, wait.
Gonna be a very.
You think I'm just gonna look out of the window of my van and be like, oh, babe, they're stealing our stuff?
Also, it's 100 pounds, so good luck. So you have to cut the lock. You have to cut my AC because my AC is gonna wake me up. My dog's gonna wake me up, and then you have to pick up that 100-pound generator and get it out of there before I jump out of the van. Good luck, buddy.
Brother, I'd like to see you try.
I'd like to see you try. Come for me.
Oh boy, we're already podcasting for 2 hours.
All right, man.
We gotta go.
We can go whenever you want.
No, we're good. I'm just like checking. I was not sure if it's even working. You know, I need some better photos of your van because like
Well, we could go out there.
Yeah. Not in daytime, Andrew.
Just send me a photo of your van, and I can Photoshop a better image. You know.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, we'll send you photos.
Yeah, but yeah, anyhow.
One more time, shameless plug. Please check out.
If you ain't already following Create Before Consume,
Go for it. Check it out.
Yeah,
Our
so
buddy Fitz.
Yeah, on this note, this will be on Spotify, hopefully.
Sweet.
If this recording finally makes it. But it's on YouTube, so it's safe.
Very good.
We should be
should be fine.
Yeah. What are content ideas that you have and that you would love to do? Like I was like mentioning, if you want to do a podcast on the trailer or in the whatever situation you have going on in like 5 months, you know, I can hook you up with like what you should do and how you could do it, you know, and yeah, what are your ideas for content? What are like things you would love to do?
I think it would be really funny to do a podcast in the van.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast.
Sorry, people are
Vancast. The Vancast, yeah.
Van casting.
I also, okay, if you're live, you'll just know this, but one of my next video concepts, like making fun of stuff, because someone's like, what's your sage laugh like? And so I was like, instead of OnlyFans, OnlyVans.
OnlyVans.
And it's just like the most unsexy parts of
You should go ahead and copyright that now before somebody steals it. OnlyVans, we own that. We belong. That's ours.
Yeah,
OnlyVans. You steal it, we're coming for you.
So what you're looking in there, like really nice organized systems, how to store stuff in your van. You're just like, oh yeah, this is what I need.
It's like
OnlyVans.
Like organizational.
I love it.
Corn.
Maybe a little twerking every once in a while.
Well,
so what is a dream van kind of stuff?
A dream van is going to be
one of those Mercedes.
I'll be honest with you. What our van is, we love the character and look of our van and feel of our van, but
style,
the functionality of it, we need headroom. Like I can't stand in that van.
That is one of the things where I'm like, I'm a tall person. I'm like,
it's frustrating.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
I'm 5'1".
We don't live in our van per se. We sleep in our van.
Yeah.
So it's not like we get out and do stuff. So we just it's our home base. It's where we sleep. Yeah. But we don't just like hang out there in 24/7. So, but this a Sprinter van, yes, would be nice. But those things are so freaking expensive.
I know we're about to wrap it up, but I have to pee again.
All right, one more time.
It's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. We're not in a hurry.
Yeah, like I think like at the end of the day, it would be so nice to be able like the Sprinter vans. Yeah. I prefer my van stylistically, the look of it, the character of it, 100%. But the Sprinter van, you can stand up in. Yeah, which is nice.
On that note, like, how do you guys film your content? Because like I have all those ideas. Like if I would be like in your situation, I would do this and this and this and this, you know. But everybody has those thoughts. Like if I were this person, I would be doing that. But if you're actually this person, you would be doing what that person does. But what are the things? Oh, wait a second! I completely lost my own idea.
How do you film? You said how do you film what you're doing?
Yeah. What is the gear you guys have? You have like.
I mean, we don't have a lot of gear. I mean, she uses her iPhone basically. She has a.
So it's iPhone only? No DSLR.
No.
Shenanigans?
No. None of that. Just her iPhone and like a phone stand or something. Yeah. And then we have some LED lights and some other things.
This is like, you know, that's very resourceful because nowadays, like, if you get into the niche where I am, it's called GAS. So it's a syndrome, like Gear Acquisition Syndrome. So you want to buy all the fancy shit so that you can create whatever you want to do.
We do want a drone.
But do you really need it? The point is, like, if you have gas, you just want stuff and you don't create. And like the whole reason why I have this podcast is like to create content easily without like worrying about it, you know. And you could do that with a phone too. If you hook up like that with that cable, you know, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, she's the creator, so she knows most of that. But I'll be honest, like we want a drone to be able to create unique and different content because we saw somebody online the other day that had a drone. And it was badass. Yeah. Like we could do some cool stuff, different stuff, unique stuff.
Yeah.
What is this? What do you call it? DSLR?
DSLR cameras. Whatever.
DSLR.
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, to be honest,
you grew like with a smartphone.
Yeah.
Bigger and better than like $2,000 camera, $2,000.
It's going to be like a step up from what we have, but
like right now
we are
don't
fine
need it.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the drone would take us to the next level with different content.
Just
it
like
can do things we can't do.
The shots, the angles.
But then you get
Like-
obsessed with all the shit
But
that you
kind of
want.
like we're laying in the bed and then it just like goes out to the van and like out into the open air.
So here's the thing, like I'm learning currently for getting a license so that you can fly a drone commercially.
You have to get a license.
That shit is
How
bonkers.
dare they?
It's bonkers.
What?
The test, you have to learn like a pilot's, there's pilot requirement.
Pilot test.
It's a pilot test. You have to learn everything about like, like the sections and whatever and
Insane.
the laws.
Oh my
and it's
God.
not easy.
Air traffic laws.
Yeah, all that
How
bullshit.
dare they?
Yeah, and it's like so complicated and they don't want to make it easy, but you don't even access the heights. So you're not allowed to fly that high that it matters.
What?
And you're not allowed to fly in certain region. So all the things you're learning don't really matter.
They're not relevant.
Yeah, but they want you to know all of that because it's very important. So
I
it's
didn't know they had that. That's so
Bro,
weird.
they be trying to fuck
so
with
wait,
so
everybody,
it's called
man.
the FAA, and they have like
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
the FAA.
laws. and
So
they-
all these people that are flying drones, posting videos, they're
Wait.
if they do it commercially.
David, your
Commercial.
friend David has his license. I want to ask him about
Yeah,
this.
no, ask them. Like it's a shit. show.
That's bullshit, man.
People do it without a license, but if somebody wants to shit on you, you know what could happen if you're too polarizing.
Wow.
Then they flag you by the FAA, and they're basically like trying to investigate. So you're making money with your drone, blah blah blah.
So what can you do without that license? Can you do low?
Hobby, only hobby.
Was this 3D
So you can't
printed?
post it.
Yeah.
If you post content, that's where you get in trouble.
Yeah, if you make money with your content, then you get into trouble.
What? So it's just a way to like
Tax
get money
you.
from you.
Yeah, basically. Like,
Sounds about right.
I would like to say
Can't
you can
go in
edit
on
this
there.
out. Oh, we're live.
yeah. I have
He
a lot.
can edit it out.
Just kidding.
But we
I
are live,
really love
so-
it here.
We are live, so
I love it
Don't
here.
go into that.
Yeah, anyhow, on that note,
Like I am from Russia.
on that,
Germany.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
Yeah,
you idiot.
I'm being a smart ass.
it's all good. This is a little bit.
I really know how to derange everything.
We do.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not as easy, and I didn't get a drone because of that. And it was
Really? That's why you didn't?
Yeah.
Because of the licensing and stuff?
yeah, well, because it's
Oh.
like so crazy, and I'm too worried about laws and things things I shouldn't do, And I know people they don't give a shit and they just fly it,
But you don't want to get penalized.
Yeah, so
You
I'm
don't want
like,
your shit
Because if your video does well and you start making money, they'll come for you, bro.
demonetization. Yeah.
Oh my god.
no, they take their money. What is more than you would make? So it's like it's kind of
It's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, it's a weird thing, but I kind of need it because everybody has one. Everybody flies without it, but I'm like, I'm too safe.
Get your license.
Yeah. So I'm a too nice of a person.
How much is to get a license?
It's $150, I think. It's
But it's
super cheap.
Is the course intense or what?
Yeah, they trick questions. So multiple right answers, but you have to be correct
All
in a
right,
certain
so
way.
here, Fitz, I got you. Yo, my friend David, we're gonna pay you to take his course for him. We're gonna pay you to take our course for
You
us, bro.
can't tell them on there.
No, I don't give a fuck. Fuck this place. So I'm gonna, bro. How much is it? $150 to get the license, bro? We're gonna pay you
Poor
$400.
David is like in jail for like a couple months.
David, we're gonna pay you like $500 plus. We're gonna take you to a titty bar. So what's up?
That's a deal.
Let's hang out. It's a
That's a
deal.
deal.
What's up?
You
I
heard
love
it.
you, bro.
heard
And
it.
you'll just take the course for us.
Yeah, man, that must be.
He's a licensed pilot. He'll do it for us.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I don't
No,
know.
it's fine. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
mean, the titty bar maybe,
No,
but,
okay.
titty
Okay, so
bar, yes.
so for legal purposes, Fitz definitely isn't gonna do that.
no, I'm
No.
He's
So
out.
it's-
He's not doing it.
But
I'm
but also whenever you want one, hit me
We
up, bro.
will, though. We will.
Hit me
so,
up, bruh.
Alrighty then. Alrighty.
Alrighty. Yeah. On that note, I'm so thankful that you guys came back. We should
course,
do another
Fitz.
call,
We
shout out. Like, alrighty is the Instagram with 6 or 5 eyes.
It's six
It's
eyes.
6.
It's 6.
Always
Yes,
the
it's-
666.
6 eyes. 6 eyes.
6 eyes.
Yeah, 6 eyes.
Always 6.
Yeah. Check them out.
Alrighty then.